Alright, so...
Send me, like, screenshots of my stuff so I can at least know what I have for certain.
Shrug.
You're paying for your own clone, by the way.
If you want a clone.
I really don't, to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I already have a clone of you, the dragon, I have a clone of everybody but Crook's character.
Indeed.
Currently in incubation.
Indeed. Which will be ready on the 23rd of August, which is 4 months from now.
Jacer, what are you doing?
That sound.
But it's okay, I'm done now.
Okay. Anyways,
Right.
so what are we doing now?
That's up to you. You guys are sort of, again, you're near Brno, sort of east. You guys are planning on moving north to shoot the Celestian Gap and head up towards Krakow to sort of deal with the Tsar's vanguard.
Okay, can we get the maps again?
I can reshare the map. That is correct. Missile lock. Share sheet.
That will never end.
You could just turn it off.
No. Turn off my phone or turn off the
vibration, just put it to just silence.
I mean, I could, but why?
Because you love our ears.
Do I love your ears? I don't know.
Oh, gosh. How low is your production value? Rock bottom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, God.
Until I get my hands on it and I can actually edit it.
Yeah, which, by the way, thank you all, Scott, Crook, everyone.
Well, me for recording. Speaking of which, let me grab Dropbox and let me make this stuff available to you. How do I do that again? Share. Crook, DM me your email that you want to see this at.
Let's see. So, what? So do we have any? So we don't have access to the Polish land. I mean, we could consider them hostile because they're allowing military access to the Russians. But
and also, you did just fight a battle on the field against one of their holy orders.
Against the Polish?
But I kind of assume that that's like essentially the equivalent of, oh, these are mercenaries that are normally employed by us, but are currently in the employ of someone else.
I mean,
so
that is a good assumption.
So I would consider Poland hostile, but not at war. And unless
by the rules of war, because the Tsar is transitioning to Poland, you may also transition.
I'm going to suggest that we, unless we actually plan to go on the offensive, just hold at the border.
Can I scribble on this map? Let's find out.
Oh,
yes,
I still need to see the map.
I don't know how to do it, but I have accidentally done it before.
And yes, you should be able to. It's one of the options in the top right. And Crook, I sent you the files.
I saw that.
Maybe my, I think I need to restart Fantasy Grounds. I think it crashed on me. Yeah, no, I'm just recording the black screen. So that's what everybody wants to see.
I mean, realistically, you should just restart the recording.
I probably will here in a moment. But I'm too lazy for that, and Crook's editing, so Crook, you can do it.
What?
Cool.
Steam, please, for the love of Christ.
So who's going to be able to actually, like, access my sheet?
Oh, can you not
Yeah,
join the
they will.
game?
No, he's at.
I am at work
Oh.
on Bluetooth on my phone.
Oh.
So how are you actually able to do this while at work? That's what I want to know. Like, do they just have you
Bluetooth on
sitting
my
around or
phone.
something?
I am on swings. There's no like supervisors here, and there's literally nothing to do right now.
See?
Ah, wow.
Quite literally nothing to do. One of my coworkers actually said that he was planning on like buying the movie on YouTube and watching it there. Like that's how slow it is right now.
Alright, can you
Yeah,
try
my
sharing the
Bluetooth
map again?
headset's about to
Yeah.
die, so I'm gonna have to plug this in and do this off of just speakerphone on my phone. Yay!
so big.
Everyone loves.
Ladies.
Shut up, Omar. God.
Look, as a young American man, I am contractually, nay, constitutionally obligated to make that joke.
Ugh.
I swear,
Oh,
I am
here
young
I go.
American man. I am not spy. you know it is true because I make joke.
Oh my god, that resizes it? Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, nope, that's the wrong. Okay. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, fuck you too, Fantasy Grounds.
Beg pardon?
It's being difficult.
I love how Fantasy Grounds has the. It's been around since 2001, so it's simultaneously incredibly polished and incredibly janky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love that like 1990s style user interface.
Oh god. Anyways,
Uh,
so I think we agreed Isaac was going to be our main strategist, like for tie
Yes.
breaking on decisions.
That
Yeah.
we did.
I could say
So yeah, I think we're just gonna sit inside the border.
It's up to you guys.
And has
Probably.
go ahead.
I was gonna say we could probably build up some siege equipment near the border, or if there's if there's a choke point around the border, that would probably be like if we can give them like say 10 miles, but there's a good choke point within those 10 miles, that would be fine too.
Yeah.
Basically,
So where you guys are right now is, if you look on the map, you'll
Yeah.
see that there's like an X drawn. You guys are at the X.
Mhm.
Currently, let me just draw your borders here. Can I change the color that this draws in? Probably. Let me try just doing color palette really quick. If I say red, right? If I say, can we please have a darker red? A deep red? There we go. And then if I draw on the map, nope, still black. All right.
Yeah, it's just black on map.
That's fine. Let me just get back to. There you go.
And
So,
I'm back.
If I sort of like your borders, this is like a rough approximation of like your borders here. A very rough approximation of your borders, because I don't have to be. So if you consider that sort of like your borders, right? These are using the one true spelling of Tsar. The Tsar is going to be, at the moment, is marching towards Krakow.
And
is it?
Credit that I'm able to fucking draw intelligible letters using the mouse here.
Isn't Krakow Polish though?
no, Krakow is on our border.
No, that's right.
Yes, Krakow is ethnically Polish. It's got a lot of foreigners in it because it's a large trading city, but it's ethnically Polish, and it is in your borders. It is technically a free city within your lands.
Okay, well, how long has it been since the battle?
Well, it hasn't been a week. It's currently the 30th of April, sir. It's the 30th of April, and the battle happened on the 30th of April, so it's later that same day.
All right.
Oh, have my spies learned anything new since before the battle?
No, because the battle lasted like, well, I'm gonna say 6 hours.
Well, I know, but we kind of just fast-tracked the travel to the battle.
No new information has been brought to your light.
Okay.
You receive like the reports that you receive, like sort of just they corroborate the reports you've received in the past.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the question is, do we just? I mean, it's obviously not a good or not ideal, but do we want to just let them take Krakow, and then hold it a more defensive location, or do we want to try and defend the city? That's the important question.
Well, the question is, can we get to the city before the Tsar? Because if we
It's actually possible that we want to get there after he does, because if we can catch him up against the walls, we can essentially flank him, and have him attack from two sides at once. If we can get them to sally forth, once again, not necessarily ideal, but may make for a good for a combat advantage. But yeah, that is a fair point, though. What is the rough ETA of him getting there versus us that our intel says?
Yeah, so the 30th is lost. You're gonna need about a day to like recoup and regroup and get everything ready to march again. And after you do that, you guys can arrive at Krakow with the army. Probably, I'm going to say it's currently the 30th of April. I'm going to say probably around the 6th or 7th of May. The
Really
Tsar is looking to arrive in Krakow sort of around mid-May. So if you leave now, you're gonna get there first.
Okay.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since we are recording, do we want to reintroduce characters?
Nah.
Nah, it'll be fine.
We might want to introduce yours if we haven't already, just because
Hi,
your
this
character's
is
new.
He's running a cleric.
My cleric's name is Clef.
Clef the cleric. Got some nice alliteration going on there.
Right? That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah, I guess we should I don't know. Maybe we should split our force, do half of our force towards Krakow, and so that way we can have him actually. Is that a walled city?
Yes, Krakow is walled.
Okay,
Well,
so
Additionally, it has, because it's a free city, and all cities will have this that are walled. They have their own retinues and constabulary. And
yeah, I was going to ask, how is the garrison of the city?
The garrison is. Let's roll for it. Do you want high or low? Give me.
I'll
somebody
take
give me a D100.
I'll take a low, and then remind me, what's the command for this again? / D roll or
slash
/
die.
die.
/ die?
1D100. The magic of rolling. Low 63. The garrison is. The garrison is adequate. I'll put it that way. It's
Okay.
not a strong garrison. It's not an especially weak garrison. It's about an average garrison strength. It's enough to. It's enough that if it's enough to hold a siege, but it's not enough to present a unbreachable obstacle to the Tsar. So if the Tsar wants to assault the city, right, that is an option for him. The garrison is not sufficient to prevent the Tsar from having a reasonable chance of success in an assault. But it is sufficient to garrison the city in the event of a siege.
Okay. Okay, so there's two ways I feel we can go about this. We can go about this the route of hold the city, make it our primary objective to make sure that city does not fall, or hope that the Tsar goes for a assault of the city, and position ourselves in a way where we can hit them in the rear as they're attempting to assault the city. Higher risk, but if we do, that probably all but guarantees a victory for us. Because they will not be in a position to pull back and defend against an oncoming army.
I'm good for whatever. I didn't build this character for strategy. He's more for one-on-one fuckery.
Jace or Scott, any input?
I don't know a lot about battle tactics.
Okay, so personally, playing this game like a game of chess, if we set up to come up behind them, yes, that gives us a better chance for a victory. However, that's putting all of our eggs in one basket. If we were
which is why I was
to-
looking for alternatives from the.
if we were to split our forces, send in a good chunk of our troops, maybe a third of our troops into Krakow, so that way not only can it withstand the siege, but it can push back a little bit, while the rest of our troops are maybe half a day's march out. So that way all we have to do is send out a rider or light a fire or something as a signal. That way the rest of our troops can come in and initiate the pincer. But that way we are more likely to not only have a victory, but we have a backup plan and don't put all of our eggs in one spot.
My problem with that is, one, splitting your forces is generally a bad idea. It makes it easier for them to divide and conquer. The other thing is, if that fortification is any stronger, he's likely to not attempt an assault, but a siege. And that just means he's going to sit around the castle for, 6 months until everyone starves to death or they surrender. And if we split our forces, we will have zero chance of relieving them.
So
I agree with that.
So just because I've memorized our deck because I sat there and organized it for God knows how long, why don't we send some of our siege engines into Kharkov? So that way not only can we push back if there is a siege, because we can throw shit over the wall at him.
That might not be a bad idea.
We have a ridiculous amount of siege weapons on our side. A ridiculous amount.
Mm-hmm.
Siege weapons to prevent a siege. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, siege weapons are typically used on both sides in a siege.
Yeah, you could use a trebuchet to fire rocks back at the invading army.
Yeah, they just tend to be more effective for the attacker.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I know that, but I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So that way we're not really weakening our main force. However, because we have such a ridiculous amount of siege engines, we might as well put them to good use.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So we're turtling?
No, not entirely.
No.
We're going to go with a bastardized version of both mine and his plan. We're going to
our
keep
main body advances on him, while our siege engines stay behind in case we get pushed back.
No, our siege engines are going to go ahead to Kharkov while we hang back, and so that way we can either A, position ourselves better if he goes around the city, or B, go attack him while he's trying to siege the town.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So, Senor DM, can I have the deck so that way I can figure out which siege engines would best be used to be in the city?
Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta mess up all of my organization. Motherfucker.
You do.
Oh my god, I hate this game.
So what I'm gonna do to make you less. So you've got let's see, a couple of you have a couple of trebuchets.
Yep.
I hope you know, Shane, I'm going to keep in all the organization issues.
You've got a couple of ballista. I think you have a catapult, right?
We have 2 catapults, I think.
I think you just have one. You have 2 trebuchets, 2 ballista.
So throw the ballista and the catapult. We'll keep the trebuchet for just in case.
Wouldn't a trebuchet be more effective for hurling stuff over the wall?
6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Trebuchet is actually better for impact damage. Catapult is better for area damage. So Trebuchet
Yeah.
is actually really good for taking down a wall. However, a catapult is good for bypassing a wall. So if we're
Okay,
trying to
so
bypass the
it's
wall
about
without
time.
damage, catapult would be better.
It's about time that I give you a quick here lesson in the way this is going to work here. You're going to want to send your trebuchet as opposed to your ballista, and here's why. For starters, trebuchets are not a horridly ineffective weapon against men in field. If you think of them as sort of like a Yoldi-fashioned cannonball before we had wonderful explosive ammunition, it's basically like hurtling a giant bowling ball downrange in that it's really effective against formations of men in that the thing bounces like a rock skipping across the water and hits a whole line of guys. So if you have a deep formation, you're going to get a lot of guys with your bouncing rock. Which is a little bit more. It's the same sort of principle with a ballista, except you're looking at a giant arrow. The reason why you're going to want to send your trebuchet is if you send your ballista, a ballista is a direct fire weapon, and you're going to have to mount that fucker on the walls.
Right.
Which makes
If
them
you
more
mount it
vulnerable,
on,
I guess.
the enemy, the Tsar, can target your ballista.
Fair point.
If you put your trebuchet behind the walls and fire over the walls with your trebuchet, all right, then the Tsar can't target your trebuchet directly. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder for him to target your trebuchets if you send those than if you send your ballista.
All right.
Yeah, then we'll swap out the ballista for the trebuchets.
Besides, if they bypass, the ballista is going to be more used to our main forces. I'm sorry, yeah, than the trebuchet is.
Yeah.
Very well. I shall remove them from the drawing board so that you don't have to reorganize your deck. Or I should say the drawing table. You can no longer draw your trebuchets, your trebuchet, and you said you're also sending your catapult, right?
Yes.
All right, you can no longer draw your trebuchets and your catapult. You can only draw your ballista.
All right.
Do you want to send any additional defenders, or just you said just the siege equipment, right?
Yeah, because we don't want to actually increase the numbers by that much, because we want them to actually try and assault the city, where we can then hit them in the rear.
All right.
I mean, it's no guarantee that's going to happen, but
So Krakow right there is where this is all going down, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Tsar is currently marching towards Krakow.
He's marching from the east, or is he coming
Correct.
from
If
the
you
north?
look at the arrow that I drew pointing towards Krakow, that's roughly the path he's taking.
so kind of
All right. So
northeast.
if we want to hit him from behind, we're going to have to get our troops up there.
Well, okay, so if he's going to go for a siege, he has to fully encircle the city because he has to prevent supplies from getting into the city, right? So,
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, that'll be fine.
That's if he goes for a siege. That's why we're not dedicating to prevention of a siege.
Well, no, we don't want him to siege. We want him to assault.
yeah,
Um,
that's what you have said.
yeah.
Um,
So I guess we're going to continue moving our army up in that general direction so that we can be in range to assist in the event of an assault. But preferably far enough away that he doesn't feel immediately threatened by us.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir. Righto. So, as I said, you guys are going to arrive on the 7th of May. Make a note here.
All right.
Arrive at Krakow. Alright. And yeah, so you guys transfer over your siege equipment to the defenders of Krakow. And yeah, so is there any other? Do you want to just let time tick forward? Is there anything you want to do?
I
We
guess
should probably have a
just
couple of scouts running around just to make sure, just so they can let us know if he assaults or if he's moving past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my spies scouting him, so if we know, we'll know if he does decide to bypass it. And then, I think it was Jacer. No, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
You were here last session when I created the clones. And
Yeah.
disappeared for a period of time through just a magical gate to another plane.
I love doing that.
Jesus.
um,
Wait, you made clones of us?
yeah.
Basically,
Oh, geez.
resurrection clones, so that if we die, we can pop out of a coffin or whatever in back at the Capitol.
Well, all right.
Basically, get out of jail free card. I'm not allowed to abuse it, so I can't just clone a dragon a million times, but whatever.
Despite the fact we're cloning the dragon as well.
But the clones won't be usable until August, so we can't die until then. Anyways, I'm gonna, just for character's sake, I'm going to go to Jacer's character. I forgot his name.
Zephyriel.
Or no, sorry, not Jacer's character. Isaac's character.
Bjorn.
What dare you? You keep
I
blue
know.
balling me.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna go to Bjorn and be like, "Hey, Bjorn, I have a small favor to ask."
And that would be?
Towards the end of the war, I'm going to be giving you a small gem as a keepsake. I just simply ask that you keep it safe, no matter what.
And thus began his journey into lichdom.
Perhaps it would be better if you gave it to Zephyriel. I intend to return north once this conflict is done.
All right, fair enough. So, Zephyriel, same thing. I'm going to give you a small gem keepsake. Can you keep it safe for me?
Is there something important about this gem?
It'll prevent this country from ever going into turmoil at the end of the war.
So be it. I'll keep it safe.
All right. So I'm going to fish a small ruby attached to a necklace and hand it to you.
Stick it inside my armor, where it's nice and cozy safe.
So, appreciate it. It's really all my character needs to do. He's preparing for the inevitable.
I have legitimately no idea what you're doing.
Well, a demon can't take my soul if my soul is imprisoned inside of a gem.
Ah, indeed.
I eat the rock. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't, Jacer. It's a suppository.
This looks, oh god, this looks like a strawberry Jolly Rancher. I will devour it.
Out of character, the deal that I made with the demon, or the devil, sorry.
Keep that under wraps, mate.
Well, I'm just saying that he required my soul, and I'm not exactly keen on the fact that I sold my soul.
This is your first ever contract with the devil, as far as we know. And your immediate attempt is to then trick that devil?
Not trick him. I'm not tricking him.
But, okay, so cheat the devil.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
This is gonna end poorly.
I just want you to know that if
my
devils
soul
come
isn't
after
in
me
there.
because of you, I will shatter your soul gem myself.
I'll be honest. Like, well, that in character, that makes perfect sense for my character to actually say that. Out of character, I was like, I've got to find a way out of this.
So I would just like to know, because of the Oathbreaker archetype that the Paladin has, any devil that attacks me will be stronger for attacking me.
Oh God, this is beautiful.
Great decision.
Well, my soul isn't in there yet, so as of right now, it's just a plain ruby. So. It's nothing of value other than the fact that it is a gem.
Yeah, no. So just for some out of character stuff here, my character does actually intend to go back and continue the Dragon Wars up in Scandinavia once he is done with this conflict. So
I have a question for you. Are you just is your character just like fucking Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, but just coming south for a little while?
No, he is a lesser son. Okay. So this is some actual backstory for what's going on in Scandinavia. He is the lesser, like the fourth son or whatever of some high-ranking noble or whatever. But
Okay.
the fiction we have is that silver and blue dragons showed up in Scandinavia and started fighting over the mountains in Scandinavia. And to go with the color palettes from EU4, the blue dragons ended up primarily in Sweden, and the silver grayish dragons ended up in Norway.
You're from Norway?
Yeah.
Oh.
The fucking Norse.
Yes, Jacob.
Hey, it's all right. Are we from Austria? Because I think my character is from Austria.
Up to you.
Well, no, because I'm asking if what the fuck is your name?
Zardarius?
Oh, Zardarius. Are you from the Germanic area as well?
I'm from the
He's a
great.
tiefling.
I'm from the Empire in general.
Okay.
That would be Austria, or
Okay.
potentially some of its Slavic regions.
Does Germany exist right now?
No,
It is a series of divided states.
correct.
Okay.
So
So
you
I'm
know
just-
you know the EU4 start, Jacer? What
Yeah.
the Holy Roman Empire looks like? It's basically that, but worse.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm Austrian, not German. Gotcha. All right.
You could be German, because I mean you all speak the same language. But if you're from the Empire itself,
You're a Germanic barbarian that caused the downfall of Rome.
Jesus. No, I'm from the Empire, so I'm guessing Austrian.
another minor bit of backstory here. Rome sits strong in Constantinople right now.
Quick, let's sack it.
Yeah.
That already happened.
Here's my
So another thing that deal those guys we sent to the to Constantinople to try and negotiate I can't remember what we were negotiating. Their neutrality. As part of the deal, no Venetians are allowed to cross into across their border.
Fuck it,
now,
sack it
Wait,
anyways.
Isaac, is Constantinople still standing because of that wish your guy made in the old campaign?
No, because the wish I made in that campaign was to kill the serpent. However, I guess I may as well spoil this now. Sigurd
hold on.
has what?
I thought you had multiple. I thought you wished for multiple. I thought you had 3.
The wish in which you wish that the plague of Justinian never came to pass.
Yeah, that's true. The plague of Justinian. Yeah, that is a critical factor to why Constantinople is still strong. But the Fourth Crusade did still happen. However, I believe we established off camera here that between me and Olmont, that my character got stuck in that mirror that had the Roman legions in it, and eventually Sigurd got out, and he's currently the emperor.
Oh shit! All right.
And he is in the process of reasserting Byzantine influence.
So, for
Here, look.
character's sake, because I doubt we're actually going to level up throughout the course of this,
You're correct.
would I be allowed to be able to change spells?
As in, like, you want to switch out some of your spells?
Yeah. Because you can do that upon level up, but...
If you have spells that you do not wish to have anymore and want to change them out, I'll just let you do it.
Okay, I'll just...
Do I just have it like be a long rest sort of thing?
I don't know about that, but like as sort of a one-time, like, hey, I
Oh,
want to change out
gotcha.
the spells.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wait, how long after our character? How long after the first campaign is this?
This is 500 years after the first campaign.
Oh, Sigurd is Sigurd immortal?
No,
he was trapped in the. So the mirror. That
Oh,
you remember from
right,
the
he was
first
trapped
campaign
in the
is
mirror
an
for the
actual item from D&D, right?
Right.
It is an actual thing, and what that does is it traps you in an extra dimensional cell. You do not age, and you do not require sustenance.
That's
What
right.
about
I
while you're in
remember now.
You just wander endlessly through a gray fog.
What about my vampires? Because vampires are technically.
Well, I mean, I guess technically you could be alive, assuming you haven't been like murdered by some German guy.
No, let's face it. He probably killed the entire party from our previous session.
Yeah.
What was the name? Who was that? Who? I'd like to think that Zafriel is a long descendant of Carter and that fucking sorceress that
I find
tricked
that
him into having her
unlikely.
baby.
I find that unlikely on the count that he's a tiefling.
No, he's a Asmar. He
Oh,
is a
sorry,
human with angelic blood.
I'm getting my Zafrael and Zedarius
Yeah.
are incredibly similar names, and so
Yes, they are. I did not realize his name was Zedarius as I was naming Zafriel.
Oh, Zedarius is a pre-existing character for me.
And
Yeah, I just picked a random sounding angel name.
All right, I'm gonna pick up one spell. This is the last time I'm ever changing spells. I'm just
Can someone send me a list of my spells, so I
Although
know
actually, Ulmont, if he was a tiefling, it would make perfect sense considering he entered an unholy contract with a witch to have a child.
you mean Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a sorceress.
She's not
Not a
exactly
witch.
Satan, unlike the unholy contract that you just entered into with Satan.
Yeah, okay. That was him, not me. I'm just holding the rock.
Guilt by association.
Damn it. That's all right. I'm already a murderer.
Well,
I'm already basically a death knight. What's the worst that could happen?
You could become a.
You wouldn't be a death
White
knight. You'd be a
knight?
blackguard.
Yeah, you're more of a blackguard than a death knight. You're not dead. You're still alive.
Yeah. That's why I said, well, basically, I have the same skill set as a death knight. Although, if I die and someone raises me, I will be a death knight because I'm a fallen paladin.
Yes.
Ugh. That could be bad for you guys.
Rise.
Hey, wait a minute. Would that include your clone?
I don't think you're technically undead if you come back through the use of clone.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to. Oh no, they would be able to. My corpse would be a death knight
So we
because
could
animate dead doesn't return the soul to the body.
So in that case, we could have you as the paladin fight you as the death knight.
We could, yeah.
For one of the strangest mirror matchups in history.
All right, so just so DM is aware, I decided to drop one of my spells. I picked up Wish. I'm not going to abuse it. It's going to be a pure get out of jail free card, but just so you are aware.
I am aware.
it
Can't
does major tolls on your body whenever you use it.
Yeah, careful. If you fail, you might not ever be able to cast it again.
I know.
Or cast magic again, I think, actually.
I cast Wish. The Tsar uses Counterspell.
God, that would be the worst.
Oh, actually, that's a good question. Can Counterspell affect Wish?
It can.
Presumably, yes.
Yes, it
It
can.
can 100%.
That is harsh.
You can counterspell. You can counterspell any spell to cast. Like I have counterspelled power word kill before.
Oh god.
Counter it by rolling a d20 and getting a 19 or better.
Yep. Well, or you just cast it at 9th level.
Or that, yeah.
I cast Wish. Satan casts Counterspell at 9th level. Oh, hello. I'm here for your soul. I don't know why that's...
And then presumably cast Wish himself to screw you over.
So so the stress of casting the spell to produce any effect other than duplicating another spell weakens you. After enduring this stress, each time you cast a spell until you finish a long rest, you take 1d10 necrotic damage per level of that spell. The damage can't be reduced or prevented in any way. In addition, your strength drops to 3 if it isn't 3 or lower already for 2d4 days. For each of these days, you spend resting and doing nothing more than light activity. Your remaining recovery time decreases by 2 days. Finally, there is a 33% chance that you are unable to cast Wish ever again if you suffer this stress.
Forsooth. I cast a Counterspell. Oh god. That would just be evil. I love it. Alright. It is the 7th of May of the year 1364 of the Second Era. You have arrived at the city of Krakow, and you have offloaded your trebuchets and your catapult to the city defenders. Your army has pulled back from the city, and is a sort of a decent distance away.
Are there any notable terrain features we should be aware of that we might be able to use to our advantage?
Let's find out.
I'm
I
guessing
need to
not,
open
We
because
should
we're
probably keep your dragon out of the skies for right
Okay,
now.
give me just a second. I need to open up. As I said, this is an incomplete map. This is an older version of a map. So if I pull up the actual map here, it's going to take me just a second because I need to load a multi-gigabyte Photoshop document. I will go check because I can pull up the gizmo and tell you what's sort of going on here, terrain features wise. Because I'm pretty sure it's not just like a featureless plane. Progress. Reading Photoshop format. 10%. Doesn't actually tell me percentages. I'm just guesstimating. All right, here we go. And now I need to... Yes. Photoshop encountered a display driver problem, which you do every time Photoshop, and I ignore you. 100%. Zoom in. Scroll up. Scroll over. Krakow. All right, so there is important features near Krakow here. There is a river that runs south of the city. I'll just sort of sketch this here for you. So there is a river that runs kind of like that. And it is on the flats. Because I haven't built this yet, but because this is how this works, there's going to be a decent amount of farms to the south of the city. What else do we got here? Probably a forest to the there's going to be a forest to the southeast. Let me get that set up here. All right. All right. So if you picture that as you will, those are sort of the notable terrain features in the immediate vicinity of Krakow.
Okay.
There's a river that runs through the city. There's some farms on the south side, and there's a forest a ways to the southeast. That's my incredibly high production value instant addition to the map. Poof!
All right.
Look at that.
It is super high quality.
So I assume we're going to want to be north of the river then. That's kind of the thing I'm taking away from this.
Or in the forest. Wait, is the forest on both sides of the river?
The forest is on the south side of the river.
Okay. If it was on the north side, I'd suggest we hide the army in that as best we can, but we'd give away any element of surprise by trying to cross the river, most likely. So I think what I'm going to say is we attempt to make our army look smaller than it is to the outside observer. So we're obviously not going to be able to make the army look non-existent, but we could probably get it where it's, like they don't actually they don't register us as much of a threat as we are, essentially.
All right.
And I think that's what we're going to spend our time doing, is just trying to minimize our footprint.
All right.
That is absolutely something that you may attempt to do. Can you go ahead and give me? Do you want high or low? Give me a D100.
Hi.
I'm gonna say low again. Oh, high. Okay.
Hey, nice call.
Yeah.
You do well.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you so where do you want to? So do you want to put your whole army in the forest? How do you want to? How do you want to go
Well,
about hiding it?
well, I think what we established that the forest is on the wrong side of the river, right?
Yeah, the forest is on the south side of the. I don't know if you want to consider it the wrong side of the river, but it is on the south side of the river.
Well, presumably they're coming from the north, right?
Yes, they are. They're coming from the northeast.
Is there
And
is
so,
there an easy passing spot in the forested side of the river?
In what? How do you mean?
Like, is it calm waters? Is it not too deep? Like something that people could easily pass without having to worry about.
It is a. It's a relatively. In the scheme of things, it's a relatively small river.
Could I pass
Uh,
it on foot without worry?
There are places where you can ford the river. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're not talking like River Rhine here, where it's like this huge, impenetrable. Like you're gonna need like massive, like bridges and stuff to pass. Like no, you can ford the river.
okay.
Um, like there are areas where you cannot ford the river, and there are areas where you can ford the river, but the river is fordable. Let me put it that way.
How long would it take our army to get across the river?
Ooh, that's a good question. Give me another. Give me another D100.
Low.
Low. All right.
Go.
Nice.
26 again with the good rolls. I'm gonna say the better part of an afternoon.
I think honestly, as far as hiding our army, the forest would be the best option.
Yeah, if it's not gonna be a significant hurdle to cross the river, that might not be a bad option then. I'm just worried that we get caught in the same situation we're trying to create, where we cross the river and they attack us mid crossing.
Yeah, it would be very unfortunate for you.
Well, our army will be relatively well hidden,
Yeah.
and it won't take too long to cross, a few hours. So I don't know. My bet's on the forest.
Yeah.
I agree
I,
with you.
I really don't like putting our troops in the forest, but I don't see a better option. So, I mean, it's not that I don't like putting our troops in the forest as much as I don't like being on the wrong side of the river. But yeah, I don't really see an option other than that. So,
As I cannot see the map, I'm just going to go ahead and agree.
To the forest we go then.
the map's not that detailed. It's real. It's literally just to the kind of southeast of Krakow. There is a forest um, on the south side of the river, which is south of the town, and the town itself is going to be attacked from the north, most likely.
Yeah.
Now, granted, should the Tsar decide to swing around and hit from the south side, which is entirely possible, then we would be in an extreme advantage. But
It'd give him farmland to raise and possibly pick up food, so it's a possibility.
The Tsar is currently well supplied, so he doesn't really need to worry all that much about that. That might be that's probably something he will do after he enters into your territory proper. Like he's still sort of in Poland, and Poland is giving him supply.
Fuck you, Poland.
While I agree with you in sentiment, I will also like just say that like it's a question of like if Poland doesn't give him supply, he'll just take supply from Poland. And given the option of the Polish just handing over supplies or him pillaging their countryside, they're absolutely going to just give him supplies.
I mean, still fuck Poland, but still.
Racist. Yeah.
Look, Poland has always caused me issues in EU4. I'm just gonna say fuck them.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I will say. Poland is friendly towards the Tsar at the moment. quickly. No. Sorry, I'm just I'm doing some chicanery in the back end. I apologize for the slight delay.
It's okay. I'm typing out Scott's spells to give him.
All right, yeah. So you guys marshal your forces and begin hiding them in the forest to the sort of southeast. You do a pretty good job. You're able to. So here's another question for you. So you rolled well, so you are going to do a good job hiding your guys, right? But there are still some other sort of questions in regard to how you go about hiding them. Do you want to go for like maximum hiddenness? In which case, then you're going to need to sort of you're going to need to break up your forces a little, or do you want to keep your forces somewhat together, right, and more close, so that you can get out of the forest quicker and be information you get out, but they're not going to be as hidden. Keeping in mind that whichever one you do, you're still going to be very well hidden.
Honestly, I think the ability to get into formation fast is going to be more important. Don't get me wrong, like staying hidden is important, but the most important thing is we need to be able to strike fast, and if he does decide to go after us, we can't have our forces divided.
Yeah,
Well, he's not going to be going southward from what we know right now. He's going to be attacking from the north. So, being able to be more well hidden, I think, is less of a priority.
Yeah, I think it would be better if we were together, as long as we're able to, like, if we get spotted by scouts, it would be better if they saw a smaller group, since we are going to be well hidden, with quotations.
I mean, see, for me, it's not so much like, I mean, that's a secondary concern for me about if he comes and attacks us, because you're right, I don't think he's going to attack us. But what I'm worried about is when he does come, we need to be able to respond quickly.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree. I agree. Keeping them all together.
Our whole plan hinges on being able to hit him while he is in the middle of attacking the city.
I think we all agree in the same, just like wording it separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just keeping our troops together.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, awesome. Yeah. So you will remain in sort of close knit formation so that you can quickly burst from the forest. I'll just go ahead and let you know now. Part of the reason why, if I seem a little bit distant, is that I'm quickly updating the map, putting a forest there and the river, so that you'll be able to just see it.
So, interesting thing I just noticed here, and I don't know if this is a mistake or not, but Scott he has level 7 spells, no level 8 spells, and then a single level 9 spell.
Yes, I did that on purpose.
Okay.
There weren't any 8th level spells that I really like.
Fair enough.
So you just went with additional lower level spells?
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
So clerics can change out on a long rest. They can change out their spells.
And if I remember correctly, you just straight up have you have access to all of your spells, right? As a cleric?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'll have the symbol of his god.
Yeah, and your god was that Greek dude, yeah?
Yep, that is true.
Which Greek dude?
I need to test something real quick just to see how this works.
Adonis?
I need to see how it rolls damage.
Adonis, the god of life, death, and rebirth.
Interesting.
No? Okay.
All right. So I have updated the map.
Alright, so what are we doing?
I am going to just really quickly get a sort of zoomed in view of a map for you guys. The local area map, or LAM as I'm going to call it. Hello, LAM! And let me just make a copy of this. New, paste, save. Save direct. What the fuck? Save directly to desktop. We'll save it as a ultra compressed portable network graphic. Save it as Krakow. We want to quantize this image for highest quality, smallest file. Save. We're then going to go to our desktop, and we're going to cut this because I don't want it cluttering up my desktop. We're going to dump it into the images, which I'm going to minimize. And we're going to open up Krakow. We're going to share. Load the image for you guys to start transferring and share the sheet. So let me know when.
Yes.
Oh, so the river actually stops like right after Krakow then? Or
That
did
is
you...
correct. Well, so right after the river continues on after Krakow, but it gets to such a point that it's a non-issue for you guys
Gotcha.
to board it. Right?
Gotcha.
So the area that I've the area that I've scribbled in for you, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the area in which the river is not easily fordable.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's that works out well then.
Right. So taking the time forward, like, don't you know? The 7th of May is going to pass. And it is now the 8th of May. We have ticked forward one day. And there is still no sign of the Tsar's forces. I meant to ask, when you got into Krakow, did you, like, send out messages to your spies to be like, hey, I'm in Krakow now, please forward all messages to Krakow, blah, blah, blah?
Yes, yeah, I'm keeping my spies up to date on where I am.
All right, great, awesome. So your spies will inform you that the Tsar is still en route to Krakow. He is approximately D100, please.
Low.
Low. All right. Somebody give me a D100.
Oof.
Mediocre.
Mediocre. Yeah, he's approximately. He should arrive. So it's currently the 8th. He should arrive on the 14th. So he's a little less than a week away, according to your spies.
Gotcha.
So is there anything you want to do? Do you want to just let time continue to tick forward?
I think we lay low.
Remember, the clock is always twitching. Sorry, the clock is always ticking.
Yeah, I can't think of anything we need to do.
Sweet. All right. Time shall tick forward. I keep opening up my internet browser by mistake when I'm trying to tab back into Fantasy Grounds. Ah! All right, it is now the 9th. Do you guys want to just chill in the forest? Do you want to set, like, what do you... So let me ask you, because it's going to be a few days until stuff starts happening. What is your... How do you wish to direct your army? Right? Do you want them to just stay bunkered down in the forest? Do you want to send out scouts around? Do you want to... how do you want to play this?
I picture that, or I suspect that at least my character is spending most of his time talking with like generals and captains and whatever, various ranking officers are, coming up with contingency plans. So, like if something goes wrong, everyone already kind of knows what the alternative plan is. So that's probably what Bjorn is going to spend most of his time doing.
I'm just gonna be my character is just gonna be focusing on his spy network, making sure everything's going well, probably tending to troops, making sure everyone's good and inspired.
If you do want to do scouting, I would actually suggest that your character should be the one to organize that, since you're.
Oh yeah, I have a group of assassins who fucking stealth around on the basis. What am I talking about? Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take care of making sure the troops are ready.
Yeah. Can
So
I?
one of the things, if you go and you
I
talk
think
to
you can
your thieves that you hired, right? What they're going to suggest is that you deploy them to Krakow, and they will scout from Krakow and send you a raven or a carrier pigeon if they have news. That way, they're not seen coming to and from the forest.
No, yeah, definitely. I was gonna get them over to Krakow. I'm not gonna send all of them. I just want to send. He's the level 3 guy helping someone up from the ledge.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
There you go. Send him.
Awesome. He will go. He will go forth and scout for you.
I have a spell that's just literally create food and water, so I can do that if we need food.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. That is the most bullshit spell in D&D. I take it back. Goodberry is the most bullshit spell in D&D, but that one's a close second.
I don't know. Have you seen
Create
Lemoy's
45
tiny
pounds of
hut?
food and 30
Create food and water is like the spell that just fucking ruins survival campaigns.
Honestly, for me, it's Goodberry because it's cheaper and more annoying.
Yeah.
and it heals for 1 each time you eat a berry.
Yeah,
But Goodberry, if I remember correctly, is a ranger thing, right?
it's Rangers and Druids. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually people don't end up playing druids. Rangers a little bit more often, but
This
I
is
play
the
with-
cleric thing that does that. It just creates 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
yeah, which is just like what the fuck. If you want to be a sadistic bastard, what you can do is be like, all right, you create that stuff, but just so you know, unless you eat all of it, which is going to incur fatigue, you leave behind the remains and can be tracked by them. So that's
So I want to bury him.
I mean, then you leave behind a buried thing. But yeah. Sorry, where were we?
Do you like my little death forest?
We were all figuring out exactly what we're doing while we wait. I was making contingency plans, so if we have to come up with an alternate strategy, the idea here mechanically is that our army is not suddenly surprised by the fact that we're switching over to a contingency plan.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
So I'm not stealthy, but I do have the alert feat. So I will help keep watch and make sure that all the men are battle ready and ready to move out.
Yeah, so I sent my spy off to Krakow.
All right.
And I'll tend to the soldiers to make sure they're well fed and everyone's like in good.
Awesome. That is an excellent thing to do. I'm gonna give you a boosts. A boosts. I'm gonna give you a boosts for doing that. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if your life cleric passes by me, like, and sees my guy and does like a cursory sense and just senses the horrific auras of evil radiating off of me. I wonder what he would think.
Well, do you actually give off an evil aura?
I give off, and I it is specifically called this. I give off an aura of hate.
I'm just gonna slowly.
I hate forests so much.
Paladins have detect good and evil, not detect hate. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also am lawful evil, but I mean.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is that just because since like after third edition, I don't think you actually just by being good or evil, you don't have an aura of it. You have to specifically have something that generates one.
Can you feel the menace?
I'm just
That-
going
that-
to keep
yeah.
graffitiing the map as this session goes on.
Are you graffitiing the map? Oh, you're graffitiing the other map. Okay.
The big map. The big map.
The big ol'.
I'm sorry. I'm just now picturing, like I'm sitting there in a room with all the generals, or at a tent, and we're discussing these plans. And your character just walks in, takes like a piece of charcoal, and just starts scribbling on the map.
Just drawing dicks everywhere.
No, I labeled the forest as death and Czar is an ass.
Truly a strategic genius.
Hey, you leave me alone. Bards have to find a way to spend their time when they don't have any more ale.
Why don't you inspire the troops by playing them songs?
I thought we already linked a picture of what happens when that happens in chat earlier.
Oh,
Don't let the bard get bored.
Yeah, no, that was me.
Yeah, we found out in my failed attempt at a campaign what happens when Olmont playing a bard gets bored.
Wait, what did I do?
Started an uprising and started drafting people into your makeshift army.
All right,
no.
yeah.
Now, let's rephrase. That's not when Omont plays a bard and gets bored. That's when Omont plays D&D.
Yeah.
Fair.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I led the forces of a ragtag mob and single-handedly stopped an invasion of the undead?
Oh god.
He says single-handedly, but I still got the Empire afterwards.
Yeah, because you stole the credit, you bastard.
No. I had the magic sword.
Which you stole.
I did not steal it. I looted it off the corpse of the king.
Moving on, we'll take time forward until either something important happens or the Czar arrives.
Yeah. We can take time forward as I hurriedly tab back in. All right. So it's been now 4 days. It's the 11th of February, and your scouts report having spotted. Actually, hold on. I ought to have you roll for this. Roll for this for me, will you? High or low? 1d100.
Low. 17.
17.
Nice.
Damn.
Okay, you're in charge of rolling and calling out the rolls from now on.
Yeah,
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
Everything.
Everything.
Except
yeah,
for that
yours-
one mouse that I happened to notice just now.
Exactly. Yeah. So your scouts report having seen Cossacks, in small groups of Cossacks, moving west across the plains, and a couple of them they've stopped and waylaid some of them. Some of them were attempting to infiltrate Krakow, and they've stopped those guys, right?
Oh,
They
nice.
weren't able to get any information out of them because the Cossacks fought to the death, essentially. But they stopped the infiltrators who were trying to infiltrate Krakow. But they know, and they'll tell you that several groups of Cossacks have moved westward and across the river, and they're moving southwest. These
So
are
they're
like
bypassing.
group size here. We're talking between 5 and 10 on average.
So
this
if they
isn't like
move
an
down
army.
here,
But yeah, so they're not heading towards your forest. They're heading like southwest. They're heading north of the city, and they're fording westwards. Like on the western side of the river, where the
Scouting
river
parties.
starts on the map, right? Scouting parties are moving that way, and they're heading southwest.
But you said not towards the forest, right?
Correct. They're not heading towards.
So they might be going to make sure no one's coming up through the pass, and we might have
so
already
if actually,
beaten
hold
them
on,
there.
I can absolutely hold on. So there is a scouting party. We draw an arrow on the small map here, right? That came from the north and headed that way. That party was intercepted and destroyed. There have been multiple additional scouting parties, right, that are heading this direction, and they have not been able to intercept these guys. Partially because that's going way out of their way, but they've spotted them, and they've let you know that multiple small groups of scouts have been spotted going in that direction.
Okay, let's avoid
engaging those guys.
engaging those guys and
I don't know if it's if it's a group of
No,
10.
let's let them return and report that there's no reinforcements.
exactly.
I just want
Right
to
on.
kill them.
Well, that would
Here's the thing: if
tactically
any of them
unsound.
get away, they then know we're here.
Okay,
Yeah.
but if I single-handedly run after them, or maybe just me and the Dragon Rider run after them, and we let 2 of them slip away alive to report that it was 2 men that took them down, I mean,
I mean,
that might draw his attention away from Krakow.
yeah, that's the thing. It draws his attention. Right now, he's not only is he not getting any useful scouting data from them, he's getting inaccurate data from them, which is the one thing better.
Yeah. So I think it'd be better to just let them go unharassed.
Yeah, same.
Besides, if none of his scouting parties return, he's going to be like, "Huh, something's not right."
Well, yeah, something's
Yeah.
not right. And the other thing is, if I go after them, look, a dragon rider is pretty, like, that's not common. He's gonna know that I'm from the same army as that one that stopped them at the stopped the Holy Order before, assuming any of those guys actually escaped to report back.
And all of them.
Which means that he,
Yeah.
yeah, which means that they would absolutely know that that army is nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and King Henry the Gentle is going to agree with you guys. He's going to say you should never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, the Lord Regent agrees.
I just want to kill something.
Go murder some of your soldiers then.
Please don't.
That might cause some issues with the army following us.
Just maybe it'll make.
If you want, we can explore.
I mean, did
Right?
they capture any of those Cossacks alive that were? No, you usually didn't. Never mind.
You said they fought to the death.
I was gonna say we could let you go like execute some of those guys, but they're already dead. I'm sure their corpses are still around. You could probably go stab their corpses a few times. That makes you feel any better.
If you want to fight, I could spar you.
Well, I still don't actually have weapons, because me and Olma have yet to actually do that.
I thought you wanted to.
This will be a very easy fight for me.
I thought you wanted to have like a rapier, right?
No, I want my daggers, but I want to do something with poison to match my character. But we'd have to figure that out, because poison isn't exactly something D&D does well.
Yeah.
Well, you can get the dagger of venom.
D&D to be as polite and gentle as I possibly can here, right? To use words of a thing that I'm forgetting. Look, D&D does poison fucking horribly.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, it's better just to use the Pathfinder system if it does like 1d4 or 1d6 every round until they get rid of it.
Which one? Okay, so in one of the editions of something, poison did stat damage that was permanent.
That was,
like,
I think, in
like
Pathfinder there
one-
were certain poisons that did that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it did like 1d4 like Constitution damage, and it was super good because of that. But hey, that was pretty.
I can't remember that. It may have been Pathfinder, and I may have house ruled a bunch of those poisons.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
So what I do for my games is I do burning rules for poison. So you basically take 1d6 every round until either you pass your con save or you take an antidote.
yeah, I don't know. Like, it drives me crazy because poison is supposed to be something that's like super deadly, right? But in D&D terms, at high level, poison is just like it's a non-issue.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Like, I've been
To be fair,
poisoned,
we're basically gods at that point. So I don't.
but even gods can be poisoned.
Can they? I feel like they can.
Can we get a quote on this?
You know,
I'm sure
If
some
Hercules
god
the animated movie has taught me anything, is that gods can't be poisoned.
I've never seen Hercules the animated movie, so you have
Never seen
information
Disney's
that I don't.
Hercules?
I've never
Nope.
seen Disney's Hercules. I've seen
But
most
wait,
of the other Disney movies.
didn't Kronos technically drink a poison that caused him to throw up? A Titan one step above gods.
One step below gods, and
Was that a poison? I thought he just burst them out of it, like because he felt like it.
No, Kronos' wife, I always forget her name, hid Zeus away. Zeus grew older. He freed the Cyclops, got his Thunderbolt, convinced, I forget who he convinced, but convinced somebody to give him a poison that he convinced his father to drink. His father then threw up all of the children that he had eaten over the past who knows how long. Thus, the gods escaped.
Well, that was a god poison, so that doesn't count.
I still argue that Titans are one step below gods. Like not in like the order of creation, but in terms of like power.
Well, didn't Zeus take out all the Titans by himself?
No, God, no. There was an extremely long war that ended up fighting.
Yeah, the reason that Kronos lives through the war is because he basically is a horrible neutral bastard.
Wait, no, he didn't.
Neutrals, at least with the enemy, isn't he? I thought
No.
he stayed out.
No, he died.
No.
Who stayed out of it?
One of the Titans that liked man stayed out of it. He stole
Hades.
fire. Hades is a god, not a Titan. I can't
I
remember.
I know, but didn't
This
Hades stay out of
sudden
it?
divergence into Greek mythology. Anyways, the moral of the story is that you can poison titans, and titans are better than gods, apparently.
Well, technically, they have more power. The only reason the gods won, according to Greek mythology, is because they got man to back them up, along with the Cyclops' older cousins, which had 50 heads and 100 arms.
This is my older cousin Brock. He's a god killer.
No, that's essentially what they were. They were birthed
Yeah.
of Gaia. They were born around the same time as the Titans, just weren't as revered as Titans.
So Greece is weird.
Yes.
Basically, what I've got from that is that whoever made up the pantheon of Greece was basically had those kids doing the, well, I have a bulletproof shield. Well, I have a velociraptor that eats bulletproof shields.
No, yeah, you're actually pretty accurate as to how it all
Yeah,
went
yeah.
down.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good approximation.
So how about that? How about the Tsar's army? Where's that at?
The Tsar's army is still a ways off, as far as you know.
I feel like we're just gonna wait until they get here. Hey, get out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless we get any reports that says we should.
Yeah, I
do
mean, right
otherwise.
now we were just discussing what to do about their scouts, which our response is to let them continue to make their mistake.
Let them go. Just let them do their thing. If they come near the forest and it look like they're going to reveal us, then we'll probably have to take them out.
Oh yeah.
Now we can let them go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sounds peachy. I like peaches.
Peaches are good.
Right then. Alright, so you allow the scouts to pass. The next day ticks over. It is now the 12th, this Saturday. Again, the Tsar's forces are predicted to show up around the 14th. And go ahead and give me another D100 for your scouting.
Hi. 66.
Ooh, nice.
Dude, calling the rolls, man. Well done.
You should go to Vegas.
Don't tempt me.
Right, yeah. So your scouts inform you that the scouts who went to the southeast have not been spotted returning. And additional scouting parties, these ones are now scouting in force, have been spotted to the north. So the guys who went to the southwest, they haven't returned yet. And there are larger scouting parties who are roaming around in sort of these directions, right? And they've been spotted maneuvering kind of like this, where they're coming in towards the city, looking around and maneuvering back.
Yeah, because they never heard back from that one scouting party.
Right?
Are we at risk
And
of being seen?
At present, no. At present, no.
All right, so we wait for the next day.
All right.
I will do some more, silent training drills with the men.
And I'll be playing and keeping morale high.
Training on the Sabbath. Oh man, morale goes to 0.
Oh no! Wait. They said it was Saturday.
No,
Are we
it's
Jews?
Dare you?
Oh.
Sunday. It is now Sunday, right?
Oh, okay. No, never mind.
No,
Then,
Sunday.
as a good Christian Hell Knight, I will not have them train.
I don't think I ever imagined I'd hear that.
Join me in the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come. Thy
Just like
will
as
be
dark
done.
flames erupt around me as I give us this day our daily bread.
You know, like the scene from the Fellowship of the Ring when Gandalf gets super fucking badass and like the room gets dark and his voice
Yeah.
starts zooming out and like right, it's like that, right? Where
Alternatively, it just breaks out into like a metal concert or something.
yeah,
It's just peace be with you and also with you.
like flame springs out from the ground, right? Fire and brimstone, you make the sign of the cross.
I have accepted the Lord Jesus Christ into my heart.
Oh god.
Can you say the same?
What was that show? This is like moderately unrelated. What was that show from like the 90s? Was it Bible Man?
Oh my God, Bible Man? Yeah. Where it was basically Batman, but a Christian?
Yes. This reminds me of that.
I watched those a lot.
Oh god.
Was that
I
just
actually
like
And the
did think
sword
that-
of the Spirit.
Was that the one where like the guy had like the lightsaber or something like that?
Yeah,
like the
he
yellow
had
robot.
like
I
he had
think
the
I was on,
armor
like,
of God.
episode of that, but
Oh god, yeah.
He had the armor of God, and he defeated his enemies by quoting scripture at them while lightsaber dueling them.
Yes. Oh god. It was
Like, I want to see an updated Bible man. Like,
it was like copyright level infringements on so many things. Oh
no, it
god.
wasn't a lightsaber; it was a spirit blade. Okay,
Yeah, exactly. I swear it's totally not these things that
I'm
we've
fairly
decided are
certain it
cool.
even made the sound of a lightsaber.
I want to say, yeah, like it's been like literally over 15 years since I saw that. But
Like, they sold the toys for
I think
Bible
it's been
Man's
over
store.
20 since I've seen that.
God, I
Oh,
still
God.
remember it vividly. Like that, it's disturbing how well I remember it. Like his Robin, his sidekick was just like this skeptical black guy. Like he wasn't completely convinced on religion, but was like, "All right, Bible man, you're making sense," and just kind of went with it from there.
Oh gosh.
Anyways,
There's
Sorry,
your-
I got completely. That was just a nostalgia blast. Keep going.
Oh god. Yeah. We're playing both games, D&D, and also recalling ancient TV shows. God. Let
The
me-
breastplate of righteousness.
I wonder how many of these mountains I can get colored in.
Are you coloring in mountains now?
Yes.
I appreciate that because I've been working on the map in the back end while you've been doing that.
I'm just sitting here entertaining myself.
All right, so day 13, dawn of a new day. What next?
Dawn of a new day. Hold on. I'm just gonna get you guys an updated map here, really quick. Super PNG. Save as crash. Because there are some sort of vaguely important features that you do need to see. Give me a second. I apologize for the delay. I really should have this prepared, but hey, what the hell. Copy. Images. Delete, yes, paste. There we go. Open, sharing, preload the image, and then share sheet. Alright.
You may need to reshare it.
Yeah.
Sharing, share sheet.
Just as gray screen for me.
Yeah.
It's probably loading, is my guess.
Doesn't have the usual loading symbol though.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let me stop sharing the sheet. Sharing, preload the image, share sheet.
Nope.
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 Ah, damn you technical difficulties.
Bum, 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 la, 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 da, 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 la, la, la.
All right, Rooster Teeth.
Alright, stop sharing the sheet.
I haven't watched the Rooster Teeth movie.
Yeah, me neither.
What? It's a lie. Rooster
Girlfriend
Teeth.
calling you out. She's just straight up, you're a liar. That's
No, she was.
awesome.
I was talking about Robot Chicken, not Rooster Teeth.
Oh, I just heard her say, that's a lie. I was like, damn. Oh, there it
There
is.
we
No, she's
go.
just like, Abigail, I'm on the phone with my friends. Don't call me out on my shit.
There you go. There is the map, which with some important updated terrain features. That being some of the other settlements in the area.
Cool.
Because that's going to come into play soon. So you get a message from your spy, not from your spies, but you get a message that has been routed to you via pigeon. Carrier pigeon, and the message, it is an envelope, right? And
Is it from the Czar?
It is not from the Tsar. It bears the seal of the March of Ruthenia.
Uh-oh.
It is a
Oh no.
It is trimmed
What is that?
black.
What is that? What is the March of whatever?
The March of Ruthenia is you remember the dude who's been like super sketchy, right?
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that we went there and basically bullied into coming and joining us.
No, hold on.
Oh.
Let me open.
No,
up.
Maybe I wasn't there.
That was
My-
Savoy.
actually, yeah, I think never mind, Jacer, you were not there for that. Sharing, I'll share the sheet here. Boom, map. So assuming this appeared correctly.
Yep.
Yep,
got it.
Ruthenia. Yeah, I was.
Marquis of
That's
Oh, I see it. Marquis of
Marquis.
Versinia. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
right,
up there
so-
north of the Magard.
that's my
Yes,
good
and
buddy.
You guys are in the western section of that right now. All right.
Okay.
In his territory, and you have received a letter. It's sealed with black sealing wax and has a black ribbon attached to it. It has his signet.
I'm assuming that's bad.
Most likely, we'll see.
Unless he's going through his emo phase, this is probably not a good thing.
It's almost always a bad thing.
Black is usually reserved for a very, very small amount of, because again, this being there's various meanings associated with any all of the different seals and colors and ribbons, etc. This particular one, which is written on vellum, is reserved for treason and death.
So basically, what he's saying is, "Hey, fuck you, I'm with the Tsar."
Well, if you open it and read it, it will say.
I open it and read it. What does it say? Fuck yeah, fuck you, I'm with the Tsar.
It says, "Hey, fuck you, I'm with the Tsar." No, it says, to the Lord Regent and the Queen and her court and advisors. Your character is the subject of Greek plays. It is time for you to recognize the full independence of Ruthenia. Be reasonable and let us not resort to bloodshed. Signed, March of Ruthenia.
Tell you
Can
what.
we send a response saying new pigeon who dis?
This is why you're not allowed to do anything important. This is why.
I'm just now picturing, within a response. What is a Ruthenia?
No, I'm sorry. Did you not know Zafriel is like a 12-year-old boy in a giant suit of armor? It's just...
Oh god.
No, I think our response is no response right now.
No, we need to respond.
Well, no. I mean, here's my thinking behind this. So if we don't respond, that gives him time to just be in the dark. Like, he's not sure if we're accepting or we're denying, or whether the message got lost in the mail. What's going on.
Yeah, we have one day until the Tsar gets here. I'm pretty sure he'll understand that we're busy at the moment.
Yeah. And what that'll do is it'll give us extra time. Like, if you've ever played Crusader Kings 2 or EU4 and like an event pops up and you just kind of put it off to the side.
Drag it to the bottom left corner of the screen.
As long as you don't click OK, the rebels will not spawn.
Actually, not only that, right? As long as you don't acknowledge the fact that you have been murdered, you do not die.
Fuck you, Death. I don't believe in
Some
you.
guy stabs you in the heart, and you're just like, maybe later.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We could try and negotiate with this guy if we wanted.
Look,
But
if we negotiate with him, I think we should try to cut him off as long as he agrees either A, on neutrality, or B, Volhynia stays with the Empire.
So he would basically be a free city that within our borders that is in alliance with us?
No. Volhynia is currently vassaled to Ruthenia. Volhynia
I
would
see.
become an immediate vassal of the Empire. Thus, the Marquis would lose control over it, but he has to agree to neutrality. If he doesn't agree to neutrality, then we can't agree to anything.
Yeah, I'm really kind of.
We can put it off for after this fight, but
Yeah.
Let's send a message back to the Lord Regent and Queen, and then
I'm not agreeing to anything unless Volhynia stays with us.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the thing is our goal here is not to shrink the Empire. Our goal is to hold the Empire together.
Yeah.
And if
that's also not really called in the end, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. But we can make the advisement.
Yeah.
But what I suggest is we stall, essentially. We wait as long as we reasonably can to send any response, and then we send a response that will buy us more time. basically. Yes, that's going to give him more time to prepare when we go in and kick his door in, but we've got bigger problems at the moment.
Well, what
Okay,
we
so
could
hang
do is
on.
we could leave this battle to our troops, and us three,
Bad idea.
or I guess us four, go take care of him.
Okay.
I'm the
idea.
field commander, so I can't leave.
Here's an idea. We go ahead and handle this battle with no response. We write whatever letter to the Queen and the Lord Regent, and I will personally go deal with the Marquis. This is literally the only area my character shines at. He is
Fair
a
enough.
diplomat by every stretch.
Do you want to take the giant dragon and armored Death Knight with you, just in
Why
case?
not?
Or?
Why not?
Okay.
No.
Just like when diplomacy fails.
I have a dragon.
I'm kind of iffy on that, to be honest.
Well, but I
Okay, at least pick
am a
me.
diplomat because
My dragon.
Well, no, but you'd be on the dragon.
No, I have to stay here because I'm the
No, I
battlefield
mean
commander.
after the battle. After the battle, we go.
No one's leaving until after this battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
After the
Keep in
battle,
mind-
you, me, and Shane go, or I'm sorry, Zedarius go handle the Marquis with Clef because I forgot that we have a fourth member.
Yeah. Keep in mind.
And the troops can hold down Krakow or whatever it's called until
Please.
Till we
please
need to come back.
understand, the Lord Regent is with you.
Oh, he is with us.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm going to make it very
Let's
clear
go
to the
tell them.
Lord Regent that I don't give a damn what happens to Ruthenia. Volhynia is under my personal protection.
Where's Volhynia?
East of Ruthenia.
Is
Southeast.
it that orange thing?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And with the Lord Regent's permission, I'm going to go have personal words with the Marquis.
The Lord Regent will allow you to act as ambassador to the Marquis.
You know the scene, going back to Lord of the Rings, you know the scene in Two Towers where Gandalf was walking through the hall while Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli just dismantle the Rohan's guards?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm imagining is going to happen when we go there.
You just see Zardarius walking through with my three guys, just immediately just destroying
yeah.
people. Why aren't you fighting? I'm not much for a fighter, but I will kill you if need be.
All right. So.
Day 14.
Time to tick forward.
Yep.
Yes. Wait, the scouts didn't report anything unusual, did they?
Yeah, because last we got, they were sending very cautious scout parties.
So, I don't think we had them roll for scouts today, so.
Low. Damn!
Oh, no!
Oh, ho, ho.
Suddenly, their entire army appears before us.
This is the one you really needed to do well on, too.
I hate you.
Oh, come on!
No, not you. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Not you, God.
I hate you. You are smitten by a dragon.
Wait a minute. I could.
I'm in love with it.
Hang on, I could.
All right.
Is there?
So,
hang on. I think there's a spell. I can't remember what it is, but it allows you to go back in time and basically re-roll one roll.
That would be Wish.
No.
well,
no.
Hold on. Can somebody I know Scott has the lucky feat. Can someone please read me the lucky feat?
Lucky feat will not work on a percentile roll unless it is an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll.
I know there's a...
Unless the DM allows it, because these are technically unusual rolls. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna allow it. I don't think for that. Now that I'm thinking about it. No, I don't think lucky applies here.
now here's
Okay,
the thing:
hang on.
I have been keeping the perimeter guard on alert,
Yes.
and we have been actively checking for incoming.
I think what this is, and I could be misunderstanding what this role represents, but I believe what this role represents is just the direction the scouts are going in. So this just means
So this role represents quite a bit, right? This role represents not just like
undo
direction.
the roll. I can redo it.
All right.
How do you do it?
So Wish only takes that negative effect if you do something other than what's listed or recreate an 8th level spell or lower.
All right.
One of the things listed, you can undo a single recent event by forcing a reroll of any roll made within the last round, but I'm sure I could use that for this.
I will allow it.
And
Call
that
it
doesn't
low.
that doesn't cause the issues with Wish. So
All right, high or low?
That'll burn a ninth level spell slot. Call it high or low.
high. Motherfucking.
Oh,
no! Almost the exact
exactly
opposite.
as bad. Actually, not
Oh.
quite exactly as bad. Almost as bad. It is less bad, but it's still horrible.
How is it less
Lord.
bad?
Is there
It's the
anything
same number
else?
on the same end of the
No, no, no,
spectrum.
no. If it was 0-4, it would have been the same number.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it is less bad, but not by much. It is still awful. And again, this is
So
one
instead
that
of 14 demons, it's only 12.
this is one that you really. And I said this represents a lot of things are in this role, right? What directions did your scouts go in? Were your scouts spotted? Were your scouts intercepted? Did your scouts just get killed? Right? Did they see nothing? There's a whole lot going on. But so this is where I get to have you roll on some funness, and I'm going to have you roll a game.
Here's I got a really stupid idea that we.
Let me call it.
Wait, hold on. I got a really stupid idea here that I want to float. So we've got a level. What level are you, Bard?
18.
18.
Didn't he use his only 9th level spell slot?
What do you think the odds are that you can convince these guys we're a traveling circus passing through?
I would be pretty much.
Hold on. Before you go down this road too far, right?
Okay.
You don't know any of this has happened. This is all
Fair enough.
character knowledge.
Fair enough.
My odds
So-
are very, very good at that, by the way.
Like I technically I shouldn't allow you to do that reroll, but I'm allowing you to burn the spell to do that reroll because it's a wish. So call it high or low, and then roll again.
You
And
said you
Jason, I
wanted to
believe you
call
wanted
it
to
go.
I'm going to call high.
High.
Yes! Oh.
Boom! All right, your
Finally.
scouts are not massacred on the field.
All those combat drills I was running through and paid off.
Thank God my
yeah.
assassins lived.
Yeah, so, all right. Here's what happens. Your scouts move out. They get intercepted by a reconnaissance in force of more Cossacks to the north of the city. All right? So your scouts move out to around here. They get intercepted by a large reconnaissance in force of mounted Cossacks. Your scouts, they get spotted and engaged. Your scouts manage just barely to slip away.
Thank
But
God.
you don't know anything other than there was a large force of mounted Cossacks to the north of the city. And
Okay.
I'll let you know out of character, that's bad because there's shit going down right now that you need to know about.
Awesome. Is there
All right,
any
so they
other
report
information
that.
they give me?
Yeah, so the only information they give you is that they were intercepted by a large force of mounted Cossacks to the north of the city.
Should we send
Does
a-
anyone have a spyglass?
I'm sure I do. In my
Okay.
Explorer pack.
If you let me borrow your spyglass, I can take a griffin up above the city and see if I can see anything without being spotted.
Sure.
Ah,
Go for it.
cleverness.
All right, give me the spyglass. I take a couple minutes, summon a griffin, and then I'm going to fly off high above the city to see if I can see anything. Hopefully, they'll think I'm a bird.
Yeah, so you take off
It's a
out of
really
the
big
forest.
fucking bird.
I'm going to have you make a roll and call it high or low.
I'm gonna go high again.
All right?
Oh, no, wait, sorry.
Oh, yes! Ah,
7.
high.
Okay. You are not spotted leaving the forest. You are safe with your forest deception so far. Nobody has spotted you guys faffing around in the forest.
Okay.
All right. Give me a perception check. With advantage because you have a spyglass.
Excellent. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just fucking find my character sheet. There it is. Skills, perception with advantage. Oh no, I only have a +1 to perception.
But you do have advantage.
So that's 16. Let me roll one more time because I forgot how to turn on
Please not 20.
advantage.
Please not 20. Please not. Nope.
Oh, gosh.
16.
Yeah, so 16.
That's still not bad.
So, high level campaign though. 16 isn't great. So I'm going to give you an option here. I'm going to tell you what you see now, and then I'm going to give you the option of, if you want, you can continue to circle and can continue to make perception checks. But the longer you stay on station, the more likely it is that they'll see you.
Okay.
To be fair, them
what do I-
seeing you isn't the end of the world because all they
What
see
do I
is one
see?
Krypton Rider.
What do I see now?
All right. So to the north, you see the vanguard of the Tsar's army. Surprise!
Okay.
they're in.
Okay.
And I can get you an army comp on them if you roll again. Right?
Okay, so
So you see to the north in the distance, right? Like on the horizon, starting to come over the horizon, a large army of men and horses.
does it look like they are going towards the city, or does it look like they're veering off?
Absolutely. They're heading in from. So let me get you a direction. They're heading in from this direction. They're farther out than that, but they're just coming over the horizon. They're heading from that direction by that little arrow.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you stay on station, keep in mind I'm going to have you roll another D100. Have you call it again. If you stay on station, you can roll another perception check with advantage to kind of get an idea of their army comp.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna go low this time.
Nope.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad.
They
was really
see
bad.
you, and so you
Can I do a deception check to make them think I'm just a really big bird?
no.
Okay.
Absolutely not. So yeah, you are spotted. And now I have to decide what the Tsar's going to do about it.
Can I just roll? Well, they see me and I see them. Can I just go ahead and do my perception check?
Yeah, no,
to see
you still
if
get to do. You absolutely still get to do your perception check.
Okay, so that's a 13 and
Advantage.
12. Yeah.
All right.
Not
so
great.
I can't give you the full army comp, but I can give you some portions of it. You see. So I'll give you. I'll tell you what. I can give you the banners you see.
Okay.
Right. So you've got your
I'm
eyeglass
gonna write
out,
these
right?
down.
And you're in front is a sort of like a large force of cavalry, right? And they bear a white eagle on a red field, which is the arms of Poland.
Okay.
Those Polish motherfuckers.
So Poland is marching with Poland. Got it.
And as you continue to scan, you see a golden phoenix on a red field.
Okay. What is that?
That is the banner of the Tsar.
Okay.
And you continue to scan. And
So the Poland is still riding with Poland. Got it.
right. So you see, you get the white phoenix on a red field, which is the banner of the King of Poland, King Casimir the Great. You see the golden phoenix on a red field, which is the banner of the Tsar's personal banner.
Okay. So he's in the vanguard.
Yeah. You see a very small contingent, right? Where the banner is a double-headed eagle. A golden double-headed eagle on a purple field.
Okay.
We're talking like a single regiment.
Okay.
And additionally, you see a large amount of guys who have like strange patterns painted on your shield that you don't recognize the symbol for.
Round shields or round
shields they're round shields with odd patterns painted on them.
Okay. Do they look like Vikings?
Yeah, they're Northmen of some description.
Okay, gotcha.
So the Vikings have since de-Vikingified, right? They're not quite as
right.
They're not like the Old Norse.
But they could be from Norway or Sweden.
I'll just let you know out of character. They're from the Baltic.
Oh, okay.
These are the Balts. These guys are pagans under his command.
Probably Coronians.
Some Coronians, mostly Latvians and Lithuanians.
Well, Coronians are one of the Latvian tribes, so.
Yeah. When I say Latvians, though, like specifically Coronia being like the western portion of Latvia. When I say Latvians, I'm meaning like Riga and eastwards, like the eastern and northern portions of Latvia, as distinct from the Coronians.
Fair enough.
Because the Coronians are vaguely terrifying. You'll also see some siege equipment being drawn from the rear.
Okay.
Do you wish to continue on station, or do you wish to return?
Well, do I know that they've seen me?
That's a good question. Give me a perception check, again with advantage.
Okay. Well, that's I hope. Good thing I have advantage.
Yeah.
Not that it really helps.
Yeah, you are not aware that you've been spotted.
Okay, so still keeping my height of like fucking 500 feet over them, if not higher. I'm going to. I'm going. This is just the vanguard, right?
Correct. This is the forward element of the Zara's army.
How long does it look like till they hit the city? Like a matter of minutes, or like?
So it's towards the late afternoon. They will be at the city by nightfall.
Okay, and forgive me for not knowing proper assault tactics, but are they going to wait till daylight to attack? Like, is that normal procedure for assaults, or is they just going to hit it when they get there?
So you are reasonably certain, or I should say, your character is reasonably certain that they will stop to rest, having just marched here.
Okay,
If they are going to assault, they are most probably going to stop and rest, and not immediately assault after completing a march.
Do I know if there are any clerics in Krakow, whatever?
Krakow? Yeah, sure. What the hell? There's a couple clerics.
Okay, I am going to land in Krakow.
All right.
And I'm going to find a cleric, preferably one that met us when we were delivering the siege engines.
That's you, Scott.
Oh.
It is me? I thought it was with
Yes, I'm making an executive decision. You've just met Clef, the cleric.
Excellent. I'm going to approach him, this ominous, horrifying monster, and I'm going on a griffin. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, you were here when we delivered the siege engines. Do you remember the Dragon Rider?
Be gone, demon! No.
What?
Shut up. Great, you're fine with this.
Motherfucker, let's go.
I was going to say, you're Hellenist.
You're Hellenist. You don't give a shit.
Do you remember the Dragon Rider?
I indeed do. It's hard to forget someone like that.
Do you know the sending spell?
I don't believe he does.
No, that is not within my grasp of knowledge.
Okay, is there another cleric that we met that knows the sending spell that met us?
High or low? Call it.
Low.
All right.
Ah, damn it! 88 again.
Sorry, you're out of luck on this one.
All right, so I'm going to look at the cleric and I'm going to look at Clef and I'm going to say, the Tsar's forces are arriving early. Alert the men to prepare for assault. And then I'm going to go to where messenger pigeons might hopefully be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to write a message and have it sent roundaboutly to Isaac to alert him of what I've seen. And then
So how do you wish to accomplish this roundaboutness? Because your messenger pigeon is not smart enough to do evasive action. It's just going to go from point A to point B.
Well,
now,
they didn't notice the last messenger pigeon, so I don't know if they'll notice this one. Besides, it is going on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, they're still a ways out.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just send it directly to Isaac.
All right. Call it higher.
Oh god, I'm scared. But you know what? Fuck it. What's the odds that it goes 88 a third time? I'm gonna go low. Is that low?
Yes.
That's low.
Sweet.
Good.
Basically, I'm going to tell him of the standards I saw that the Tsar's vanguard has arrived early, that I believe they will be resting for the night, but they have arrived ahead of schedule and are going. And it looks like they're going to assault the city. I have landed in the city to assist in the defense.
I'm gonna take one look at it, and I'm just gonna mutter and probably something that I forget which of you is which. Is Afriel?
Yeah,
the other one still here.
Zadarius.
No, Zadarius.
Okay. Yeah, you probably hear this. Why doesn't he at least write these in words vague enough that it could be implied that this is being sent back to our back to the further back in the kingdom?
He's not the brightest of men.
Another carrier pigeon arrives, saying, "By the way, good luck getting here in 7 days," with a winky face drawn next to it.
Why
No.
did we allow him to go forward?
Look, I've been a lone operator for most of my life.
Incredible.
All right. Well, in that case, we should start mustering the troops and getting them ready.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Can I invite, like, not like into the city, but can I like find a way to get out to everyone in the forest and treat them to a feast?
If
I can let you
Jacer
go.
gives you a ride back by Griffin, or someone knows a
That's
teleportation
at the
spell.
case of you. Oh, I have teleport.
So, the only worry about the griffin is that they might see it coming out of the city towards the forest.
I have teleport.
But do you guys want to come here?
No.
No, I'm
Yeah.
teleporting the.
No, I figured that would be bad.
Oh, well, is there a southern gate that leads to the forest?
Or I had
It
teleport.
looks like there is a gate on our side of the.
Okay,
On
if
our
there's a
side.
gate on our side, you can take my griffin and fly low to the ground behind the wall and head towards the forest.
You're not going to come out too? I have a spell called Hero's Feast that I was going to use.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We should probably keep one person there.
Yeah, I was going to stay in man the defense. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I have my paladin auras and stuff that already give me a whole bunch of bonuses.
I mean, it's not a big bonus. It just increases health and
I'll
gives
be
you
okay.
advantage on Constitution saves. I think it was
I'll be
Constitution.
all right. Don't worry about me.
All right. So he takes the griffin. Does he need to roll high or low?
I'm purposefully telling the griffin to fly basically over, like, skimming the ground so he doesn't fly over the wall into view.
Oh my.
Is he muted?
He may have lost internet.
Yeah, it makes it so that the creature is cured of all diseases and poisons, become immune to poison and being frightened, and makes wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum is increased by 2d10 and gains the same number of hit points. It lasts for 24 hours.
He's still in the chat. No, he's not responding. Maybe someone's occupying his office.
Yeah, it could be. Usually he'd message us if that was the case, though. It said he may have been told to, like, go do the dishes or something, and that he wouldn't actually bother mentioning to us, knowing him.
I got about 15 minutes before I have to crash.
Realistically, we probably could call it here if we wanted to.
And save the fight for next week.
Yeah. So I definitely don't have time for a big fight right now.
Yeah, me neither. Well, since God has died,
Well, hang on. Let's at least wait for him to get back if we can.
Well, if you need to go, you can go, and we can. Wow,
Jacer.
Jacer, if you need to go,
I can wait.
You can
I
go.
can wait until I can wait for another like 10 minutes before he gets back, and then do a closeout. It's just I was trying to convey is I don't have time for the fight tonight.
All right, gentlemen, I apologize for that. I returned.
Hey,
Now,
just as we were leaving
was
you for
Isaac
dead.
right? Were you doing the dishes?
What did I miss? What have you decided? What's going on?
So what we did was I landed in town. I sent the message. Clef asked if we could get back to the forest to do Heroes Feast. And so since I can telepathically communicate with my griffin and order it to do stuff, I ordered it to take him, leave through the southern gate if there is one, and basically skim the ground while flying so he doesn't fly over the wall and then enter the forest that way.
All right. Excellent. It resolves.
And I stay in the city to ready the defenses.
All right. Do you see what your griffin sees?
No, but it can communicate with me within, I think it's 100 miles, or is it?
Is your griffin intelligent?
It should be. Hold on a second. Let's find out. Its intelligence is not great. Hold on a second. Paladin, find greater steed replaces some stuff. Give me one moment while I read the spell. Its intelligence becomes 6 and gains the ability to understand one language that I speak. We can communicate.
So there's a good chance that no, unless he asked like the griffin telepathically, what do you see? He's not going to actually see.
It does say we are able to communicate with each other,
Right.
as far as 1 mile apart. So as soon as he goes out 1 mile, I won't be able to.
Yeah, and it is definitely more than 1 mile away. All right. Good to know. All right. So yeah, your griffin leaves. It is not spotted. It gets to the forest people. And
It's going to disappear,
all right.
like fade from existence.
Poof, gone. Awesome. Awesome possum.
Well, I want to prepare this feast. It only takes 10 minutes to cast. It takes an hour to consume. And every person that consumes it gets 2d10 additional hit points, max hit points, and gains that much health. Is cured of all diseases and poisons, is immune to poison and being frightened, and it lasts for 24 hours.
Awesome. I assume you're just gonna like keep casting this and give it to the troops as well.
It's a 6th level spell, so I'm going to cast it as many times as I can.
All right.
So everyone's, prepared for the next 24 hours.
Sounds good. All right. So, yeah, that information is conveyed. Is there anything you guys want to do before nightfall?
Start mustering our forces. Can my this is real. I'm not gonna risk it. Never mind.
I don't know how many spell slots I have, so each cast of the spell can feed 12 people.
All right. So not enough to do like the whole army.
Well, you can cast it at higher levels, can't you?
Yes, that's what I said. I don't know how many spell slots I have. Like I said, I want to cast it as many times as I.
Yeah, but no matter how many times you cast it, you don't have enough. You could feed like maybe 1 unit of troops.
Feed all the generals and us.
The really important people,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure get part.
And my assassins. I'm making room at the table for my assassins.
All right.
So, I am curious. So Jacer reported the Byzantines were had forces there.
Well, I described the banner. I didn't actually know they were the Byzantines.
Well, yeah, but I would have recognized the banner.
Yes, you would. This specifically is the banner of the Byzantine provinces in Crimea.
Mm.
The Crimean troops sent a regiment of advisors to.
Okay, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Do they appear to be there as like actual combat troops, or just in a like military attaché role?
All I said was that there's a regiment.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's hard to say. They were fully armed and armored. You don't know if they're here to fight or here to just be advisors or here to do both. But there is a contingent of Byzantine troops. When they describe the banner to you, Isaac, you will recognize it from because you've been around. You'll recognize it as the banner of the military district in Cherson in Crimea.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. So it would be Theodoro then.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? How I could have fucking got that pigeon to a roundabout potentially.
you could have sent it to another place, and then from that other place had them send a pigeon to the forest.
Yeah, I just thought of that. I just thought
I
I'd
can
take too long, but it's all right.
I can cast a total of 6 times. So that'll be what, 72? 72 people?
12 times 6? Yeah, I think so. Right?
So yeah, if we have anyone going on a suicide mission, you can feed them.
So you could feed it to our elite troops, you could feed it to the generals, and you could feed it to yourselves.
I don't think it counts me because it says 12 additional creatures. But I don't think,
Wait,
when I
did it
cast a spell,
specifically
I think
say
it
you and
includes
12
me and
additional?
me and 12 additional creatures.
All right, so it would be 12 for each casting then, because it would not
Yeah,
count
so
yourself.
it's 72, but I'm not included in any of those numbers. So
I'm
it's
just going to say,
72 your guys's, and I'm
right.
always
So,
included.
to avoid overthinking this, I'm just going to say you can feed your gold cards and their retinues, essentially, like their bodyguard, as well as the heroes.
Yes. The really important ones. So they'll be immune to poison and being feared, and they get like an additional 2d10 max hit points.
Since Jacer's got to go in just a minute, anyways, do we want to call it now or?
We'll call it soon because Jacer doesn't really need to be here for the fight.
I don't have enough time for the fight tonight.
We can push. Can we put the fight off for next week?
We can, but there's one important thing that needs to happen
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Which Jacer, as you're, it's now like getting towards evening as you're on the battlements, right?
Yeah.
As you look out eastwards, you see torches coming from the far east.
I see what side coming from the far east?
You see the light of torches coming from the far east.
Well, that's not good.
On the other side of the forest.
Wait, what happened?
On the other side of the forest.
In the far east, on the other side of the forest, cresting the horizon, you see the light of torches.
So it's the fucking marquee, I bet. I'm willing to put money down. Because treachery.
You are absolutely correct.
Yep.
Marquee coming.
Alright.
So sorry, from over in this direction?
From the east.
Okay, and it looks like they're entering the forest or just going over the forest?
They are to the north of the forest. I drew an arrow on the larger map.
Okay,
I don't have
well,
access to the larger map anymore.
I will prepare another carrier pigeon.
I want to kill him so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare another carrier pigeon, and have it go
to the forest.
Yeah, I don't have time. Yeah, direct route to the forest again.
All right, give me a D100.
Let's go high.
I'm rolling. 49, motherfucker.
Well, at least he thought to write it in such a way that makes it sound like we're not right there this time.
I will write simply.
Simply, there has also been seen movement to the east.
I'm going to write betrayed from the east. Inform the masses.
All right. Yeah, you send out the carrier pigeon.
Actually, Jason? Hold on. I did discuss the idea of contingency plans earlier. Can we do Okay, so can I have instructed Jacer to have written, and like I might have sent a carrier pigeon like in a roundabout way after this, or after his previous message, informing him to, if he does send any more messages, address them as if they are being sent to the Cilician Pass.
It's not.
Oh.
It's not so much the fact of what the letter states. It's more the fact that they are seeing the
Oh,
pigeon
okay.
go
I
directly
see, I
to the
understand.
forest.
That
No,
was
no, no, but no.
considered-
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm saying that. We're in the same direction as the Cilician pass, and so if they think our army is over there, it makes sense that,
Oh, yeah.
that the carrier pigeon is heading in this
I'll have
direction.
it. I'll have it addressed to the Silesian Pass in case
I mean,
he's under
I feel like we need DM's permission for that, since
Yeah, no, I'll allow
okay.
it.
Okay, so yeah, I'll address it to the Silesian Pass, and make it sound like that's where the main body is, but still inform him that the Marquis has the Marquis of
Ruthenia.
Ruthenia is marching on, is marching with Poland.
Well, he's not with Poland. He
Is marching on Krakow.
Yes, correct. So if you look at the here, let me just share sheet. So this should have popped up to the front.
Well, I mean, is it safe to assume that he's on Poland's side, or is that?
You
Or
can
he could be
assume
trying to repel Poland and then fuck us up. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say he's marching from the
it is
east.
unknowable as to what his motivations are.
Yeah, I'll just say that the Marquis of Ruthenia is marching on Krakow from the east.
All right, give me another D100, please.
Oh, this is gonna make our non-response all the funner
Call
when we
it
suddenly
high
gank him.
or low.
I'm calling low.
Uh,
Damn it.
I thought I was supposed to call him. Oh, okay.
I was feeling lucky,
so,
but sorry.
Isaac,
Mhm.
Isaac and company, you never receive a carrier pigeon.
All right.
So we don't
And
know
I have
that
no
they're
idea, so I think
pushing.
my job is done.
Yeah. So Jason,
Oh.
you send out the pigeon. It heads.
Wait,
south
wait.
so, right. So you're sending out the pigeon. It's going to head towards Silesia, right? And then when it gets there, it's then going to go, right. Another pigeon's going to come back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You do not ever receive that pigeon.
Okay.
So just out of character, what has happened here is that pigeon has flown from Krakow and been intercepted by some of those Cossack scouts that never returned.
Wait, hold on a second. I thought I was addressing it there, but actually sending it to the forest. Was that not what I was doing?
Yeah. No, you're sending it to the forest because the forest is in the same
Alright, so,
direction. It would just
never
stop
mind. Are
early.
you sending it direct to the forest? Because Silesia, if sending it to Silesia, right, you're sending it in that direction. Sending it to the forest, it's going this direction.
Oh.
He's
What's
sending
in
it.
that direction?
He's sending it to the forest. Just send it straight to the forest.
Yeah, I was gonna address it to a different place and then send it directly to the forest.
Yeah,
So
I
if
mean,
it wasn't
the
accepted, they would think
idea I had, Olmont, was that the forest is in the general direction of Silesia from where we are, so it's not unreasonable that the carrier pigeon would go that direction.
Yeah, the forest is nowhere near. So the forest is on the south and eastern portion of Krakow. Silesia is like due west.
I'm saying Silesia. I'm thinking not Silesia. I'm thinking
The other mountain pass on the opposite
the other mountain
side,
pass.
The smaller one.
So you're talking like you're sending it as though you were sending it to
So basically,
It's
instead of
the-
sending
the-
it directly here where our base is, we're
It's
sending
the one in
it
the Carpathians.
this way.
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're
Wait, hold
saying
on.
like you're going to send it to Slovakia, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
eastern Slovakia.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion there.
All right.
But do we get word that Marquis is marching towards us?
Yeah, no. Okay, so because you're sending it east over the forest towards eastern Thangamacall.
it is supposed to go directly into the forest.
You will absolutely get that carrier pigeon.
Good. Did any of my spies from Ruthenia report anything to me?
You have received no word from your spies in Ruthenia.
They are all fucking fired.
Well, it could be that whatever word they sent got intercepted by the Marquis men, because they would be sending it right over his army, basically.
So out of character, You will in the future get word from those spies that, hey, the Marquis just pulled his forces and is marching west. But what's happening right now is that letter is in transit and is going to get rerouted to you. But because it's getting rerouted, it hasn't gotten to you yet. He's beaten the letter.
Okay.
That's okay. You guys, I alerted you. You guys would have seen the army anyway when you started coming out of the forest, but you can now adjust your plan accordingly. I'm still preparing the defenses.
How big?
I'm going to redirect one of the trebuchets to face the east, the Eastern Army.
I'm about to go fucking royal whoop ass on somebody.
Look, diplomacy didn't work out. It's time for my axe to do the talking.
No. My axe isn't even going to be good enough talking. I'm thinking a very short blade with my face in theirs while it sinks into their skin is going to do the talking.
I don't know. A giant, scary death monster might be a little more terrifying than a twink with a knife.
I'm a tiefling. Not only that, I have a lot of spells at my command. I don't even think I'm going to kill him. I'm thinking imprisoning him in a gem that I wear as an accessory would be fitting.
Now, here's my question: are you going to give me that gem too?
No, that gem will be mine.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing you two like plotting evilly while this whole thing's going on. I'm just sitting over there petting my dragon.
Okay, so no, I would like to say, like, I go out, like, he sends a messenger. He's like, "You must pay to make us not fight." And I'm like, "Huh? Well, I had this super expensive ruby. Can I give you that to make you go away?"
I fucking hate you.
So, how do you want to resolve that?
Resolve what?
So
You just got my message.
You've gotten your message. Do you wish to allow time to tick on toward morning, or do you want to do something before morning?
We're gonna muster our troops and get them ready to march at the bare minimum. I kind of want to see if there's a spare horse. I want to go see if I can't call basically a parlay, for lack of better terms, to speak with the Marquis on.
No, like I said, if you needed the griffin, it would have stayed.
Oh well.
With
Anyways,
him.
I
Griffin
want
has
to.
since disappeared. This is long after that was like a late afternoon. This is like in the night now.
Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah. Okay,
I want to take a horse. How long?
Can I go
would it...
with him?
Sure. Stay out of my way.
You are in the.
I am gonna stay out of your way, but if things go south, you'll have someone to heal you.
Oh, never mind that. You went. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's
You can have
Wait, I need the dragon.
Wait, why do you need the dragon?
Why you keep trying to take Isaac's dragon?
I'm not trying to take the dragon. I need the dragon to make sure this plan goes off without a hitch.
Why do you need the dragon?
You just cut the head off the snake, and honestly, I can't think of a more snake-like creature than the Marquis right now. I think I should go
I thought
pay
you were
him a
about to say
visit.
dragon. I'm like, no, don't cut off the head of the dragon.
No, I want to go pay the Marquis a visit, personally.
Look, if
I'm
you go
doing
out there
it
with the dragon,
or without you.
You're gonna have to do it without me, because if we go out there with the dragon, you give us away.
Alright.
I mean, you probably give us away anyways, but you definitely give us away if you bring the dragon.
You could send a carrier pigeon back to me or to the Marquis himself and say, "Hey, let's parlay." And then if he responds, then you can head out on a horse.
Sure.
Because if you go out without alerting him, he might just shoot you before you get there.
Fair point. I'll send out a pigeon and exit the forest kind of... here, let me draw on the map. Kind of this area, and then I'll kind of make my way up on horseback, so that way I can be as fast as possible. And send the pigeon ahead to see if I can't parlay with them about there.
Yeah. You send your pigeon ahead, and where are you sending the pigeon?
I'm sending it to this direction to see if I can't get a parlay from the Marquis.
All right.
I would have given him the general direction of the general location of where I last saw the army.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then which direction are you riding out towards? you're heading towards the city and then out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be heading
Heading
out.
towards that little village to the east of the
Yeah,
forest.
I'm gonna exit the forest here. Like we're in the thick of the forest, so I'm gonna head out, and then I'm gonna head up.
Yeah. When you exit the forest, you will see that there is a encampment made right where that X is, and it's got a white flag of truce, and sort of his army is in like a formation-ish blob here.
Okay, I want to go meet with him. The cleric is with me.
Yes.
The cleric is with me. Good. I'll have my white flag and I'll have it on hand so that way he knows that I'm coming as parlay.
Just remember, if you injure him under a white flag, we are terrible people.
Just remember,
Well,
I
what
made a deal with the devil. Fuck it.
I would like to point out I am a lawful evil, and I am not making these choices.
I would like to point out I'm a true neutral, so fuck it.
Oh god, this seems
Just-
so
I
chaotic.
want to point out that I'm actually good alignment, so I don't actually agree with this, but I'm going to keep you safe
I
because
mean,
you are going to protect the city that I am a part of.
Fair point. Anyways, so I'm gonna approach the marquee.
I generally disapprove of this, but at the same time, I'm not going to get in the way because I've got more important issues.
The tiefling is on a fucking warpath. Anyways,
Yeah, you and me are preparing to fight off Poland. He's trying to intimidate the marquis.
so
Poland
Yeah,
just with them.
I'm just
Uh,
happy that you guys are actually going to be there to help us, even though you're not. I don't know if like your intention was there to save our city, or if it was just like a kind of like decoy-esque type deal. But the city will be saved.
I
anyway,
mean, I
as I
feel like
know.
our
And
objective is to
remember,
save the city.
the Lord Regent has given you power to be ambassador.
yes, I'm
You
very
have
well
the
aware.
power to make binding decisions.
I'm very well aware. Composing myself. Sorry. So I'm gonna ride off to the marquee and I'm gonna hail to him and stop a little short to make him come to me the rest of the way.
Yeah. So the people who are at the camp, there's the Marquis and his council, essentially, are there.
Okay. Anybody looking especially intimidating I should be aware of?
They all look like normal humans.
Good to know. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna stop a little bit of ways so that way they have to come to me the rest of the way. My first step of, fuck you, bitch, I'm in charge.
Yeah. So the how far away from them are you stopping?
I don't know, maybe half a football field.
All right.
Jesus.
They can walk 50 yards.
Yeah. So the Marquis is going to call, or not the Marquis, but like the members of the encampment are going to call out who goes there.
I'm gonna raise my white flag. I'm here on behalf of the Empire.
Yeah, and so the Marquis and there's like some commotion in the camp, and the Marquis and also his steward are going to ride out on horseback to you, and they have a lance with the Marquis is holding a lance with a white pennant draped from it.
Before they actually do that, I want to ask Shane's character. I forget the name of because I don't have it. He's
Zedarius.
telling me what it is.
Zedarius.
Zedarius?
Yeah.
Zedarius, if I were to cast a zone of truth during any time during this meeting, would you be okay with this?
No. Flat.
Good to know.
No. Unless you can make it to where only he can tell the truth and I don't have to, sure. But if I have to tell the truth, I will kill you. Not actually, I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated.
Oh my god.
Actually,
Well, you guys are gonna have to let me know how this train wreck goes next week because I have to bounce.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
we're
need
just
to
gonna
drop
finish
as well,
this
so I'll talk to you later.
conversation.
Oh, okay. I'll you know what? I'll wait to see how the conversation ends.
Alright.
Oh, so wait, how long is this conversation going to last then?
Probably not too long. It's going to boil down to either A, he tucks tails and runs, or B, he's going inside of a gem in my pocket. His choice.
You know, I bet you he outnumbers us.
I bet you it doesn't matter.
Come on, question.
Who
Question,
put this
Oma.
guy in charge of diplomacy?
Himself.
So the Zone of Truth specifically says that I will know if someone chooses to, if someone fails, or someone succeeds or fails on their wisdom saving throw on trying to lie. Does that mean that they will know?
Yeah.
Because it just said you know. The wording of it is.
Well, because it says you will know if they succeed or fail.
Does that mean
I-
everyone in the Zone of Truth, or does that just mean me?
All right, the way I'm familiar with it is just because you're making a save doesn't necessarily know why you're making a save, or that you are making a save in character knowledge. So I'm going to rule it is just you.
Beautiful.
I will say the creatures are aware that the spell is being cast on
Yeah.
them.
Well, yeah,
That's fine.
no.
That's
I
fine.
would actually say, like, hey, I have Zone of Truth. Would you be willing? Are you accepting of speaking the truth during this meeting?
All right.
And
Hopefully you have a
everyone
good
can agree
charisma
to
save.
it. Yeah, no, it is a charisma save, and I'm guessing that the bard would be the one that's good at charisma saves.
I have a 20 in my
You-
charisma, so let's do it.
You would actually have to make the save too, I think.
Yes, I would.
Oh God, that scared me.
Anyways,
Sorry,
so
I didn't let go of the button soon enough.
I'll hail out to him. He'll ride up. I have a cleric from the town. If, with your permission, is it okay if we have a zone of truth, since this might be a more pressing conversation?
And the steward will look at you and say, "It is acceptable. We agree."
I will cast Zone of Truth.
All right, they will make their saves.
They can choose to fail if they wish.
They can choose to auto fail if they choose to speak the truth.
Yeah, because if they choose to fail, they have to speak the truth.
They are, being a devious lot, they are absolutely going to roll for it. That is, the Marquis rolls an 18, and his steward rolls a 12. What's your DC?
Please say 18.
It would have
I-
19.
No,
Okay, so
it's
hang
on
on.
my character.
It's
Okay, so what's his wisdom modifier?
I can't see his character sheet.
Who is being Clef right now?
Wisdom modifier.
It's on
Plus
main.
5.
Plus 5.
Yeah,
Plus 5. So his check would be 18, which means that the Marquis actually probably passes.
Well, tie goes to player.
Not actually in D&D. It actually
Not by
says
5e
that
rules technically, but that would be technically we've done it that way before, so it's up to Ultima.
The Marquis
any
passes.
DC or AC,
Oh, the Marquis
you have
passes.
to.
His steward does not. The Marquis does.
Damn it. Okay.
You are aware that he passed though, so that is something.
All right. Well,
I am aware.
I rolled 2.
Shane is.
Anyways, fine. Fuck it. Anyways, I'm just gonna start off very simply. Why are you here with this army?
I am here to take possession of the city of. Why are you here?
Because I've heard reports of the Tsar approaching, and I'm a part of the scouting mission.
And he says, the city of Krakow is by rights mine. It is de jure within the realms of Ruthenia.
I absolutely agree. I just wanted to make sure if that the Tsar were to stop here and not continue marching into the Empire.
He's going to say, the time has come for you to recognize the independence of Ruthenia. What say you?
Yeah, we received your letter. Tell you what, we can guarantee the independence of Ruthenia at a later date once the current threat is resolved. However, that will require your forfeit of your vassal of Vohinia to the Empire.
He's gonna look at you skeptically and say, I do not choose to bargain from a position of weakness. The city of Krakow is mine, and I am moving to occupy.
And you have every right to.
And he's going to say, The Count of Valenia is by rights my vassal. He says, you will recognize the independence of the March of Ruthenia. Now,
I would like to access console commands and turn our success rate to 100%.
Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm about to
yeah, so he's going to say, you will recognize the independence of the March of Ruthenia now, or it is war.
Okay, I'm going to be as gentle as someone in my position can be. I have the authority to grant you independence from the Empire, from the Lord Regent himself. He has given me full authority to grant such a title to you, and you will be a free state separate from us. And I will be more than willing to sign whatever papers or tell whoever I need to tell to grant you that ability. However, you have to agree to two things. Number one, neutrality in this conflict. Take your soldiers home. And number two, Volhynia belongs to the Empire. If you cannot agree to those two things, I will gladly take war, and I promise you, you will not live through it.
Wait, hold on, pause. Wouldn't it be better to ask him to join our side of the war since
No.
Poland's trying to? Okay.
No, because he could stab us in the back more easily that way.
All right.
So, there are the two conditions for your independence and no longer being a vassal under the Empire. What is your choice?
He says, I agree, I shall not raise my flag against the Empire. And he says, however, I will not release Volhynia from their obligation to me. I will allow them to fight for you if that you so wish, as a token of my good faith in this conflict.
I would take it.
No.
I would not. I'm not saying it in character. I'm just saying I would not take it.
I mean, I don't believe we're actually authorized to negotiate away parts of the Empire.
Actually, I have the authority.
He does have the authority. He has been appointed an ambassador.
I'm going to...
I believe my opinion on this is on record, so I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
Your opinion is absolutely on record.
I'm going to...
No, it's just saying.
what would be the right thing? I guess insight? I'm going to insight and see if I can tell if he's telling the truth on the fact that he will not raise flags against us. Is that something I can do?
Yeah. Fight against that too.
15?
Make that check with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Can someone do an instant?
Damn! Alright, yeah. So long as if he retains control of Volhynia, right, as his direct vassal, so long as the Count's forces ride with your army, he will not raise his flag against you.
Does that mean if his forces perish, just say it happens, his forces perish and are no longer with us, he will rise against us?
Potentially. However, it makes no sense for him to do that.
Okay.
Also, he did say he would give
Absolutely.
us them.
Right? Like he's moving to occupy it. Now, Krakow is technically not his. Krakow is a free city. He's moving to occupy it. And you granting his independence and letting him move into Krakow, it makes it fait accompli. It makes it his, essentially. Possession being 9/10 of the law. Right? So, after he takes Krakow, he has nothing to gain from fighting you and everything to lose from fighting you. Right? So
It would also put him at odds with Poland, most likely.
Yeah. So, because if he fights you and wins, all he gets is confirmation of something you've already given him, right? If he fights you and loses, then he loses his independence and probably gets killed, and he doesn't want that. So,
he's going to get killed. Don't worry.
Yeah. If you let him keep Volhynia as his de jure vassal, and he's willing to let them fight for you in this conflict, it's up to the Count of Volhynia, but he's willing to let them fight for you. Then, yeah, no, he's not going to raise his flag against you.
Tell you what, I'm going to try for one more skill check. I'm going to use persuasion. I'm gonna and I'll role play it so that way if you might be able to give me an advantage. So essentially, fine. I'll allow you your independence and you can keep Volhynia. However, you will not ride into Kharkov right now. You can, however, assist us in this upcoming battle, and then you can go ahead and settle inside of it. But until this battle is over,
How does the
you
guy
will
from
be
Kharkov
outside of
feel
the
about
city's
that?
wise. What?
How does the guy from Kharkov feel about that?
Oh,
Scott.
don't worry. His forces are going to die. I don't care if I have to dismantle him single-handedly. They will die.
Yeah, so he's going to. Well, so the
And if I need to
you're
roll
gonna have to roll.
persuasion,
So you're gonna need to roll persuasion. I'm not gonna give you advantage, and you're gonna need to roll really well.
32.
32.
And let me go ahead.
Jesus. The highest check in the 5e manual is 30. God damn.
Give me a D100 and call it.
Oh, motherfucker, are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
The 32 give him a margin of error of, say, 20.
Call it high or low.
Hi. Fuck yeah, I did it.
All right, 63. And he says, all right, so this is what he's gonna say.
This deal gets worse and worse every time.
He says, I will. And he says, if you make it a condition, I will assist you in the coming fight. However, I will only do so from within the walls of Ruthenia, or from within the walls of Krakow. I will garrison and hold the city, and I will order the archers to fire from the walls, and the siege engines that I have brought shall fire. But I will not take the field against the Tsar. To do so would be to declare war upon him.
That would actually probably I would take that. I would take that.
Is there any way I can convince you from 1 or 2 cavalry troops that you obviously have? If not, no harm, and I will take your deal.
Ooh. I know I can't technically persuade you, but you could have his two cavalry units be disguised as mercenaries, so Pola doesn't know that they're with him.
Eh. I'm okay with Poland declaring war on Ruthenia. I don't care if that little shit stain gets wiped off the map.
But he's not going to give us his troops if Poland's going to declare war on him afterwards.
It's not so much Poland as Russia, I think, that he's worried about. But
Yeah, and he's not going to use his cavalry. He says, no, absolutely not.
Fine,
Bad
but
enough
if you
that
go
I
back
have to
on your
allow-
word,
He's going to say, it is bad enough that I have to allow the forces of Lahini to remain within your army if they so choose. I will not give you my retinue.
fine. But if you go back on your word, there will be consequences.
Yeah. And he's going to say, stand by. Standing by. Red 5, standing by. Red 3, standing by. He says, as my
Cut
word
the
is
chatter,
marquee.
Red 2.
Yeah, as my word is marquee. You have it.
Very well. We know the Tsar's forces are planning an assault in the morning. Make it there as fast as you can, and I'll ride off.
Yeah, and he wheels about and gallops back to his camp. And as you're riding back, you see his army begin to move in towards the city.
I have a question. How is he approaching the city?
Yeah,
He's
I
going to
will
approach.
send a pigeon letting everybody know, hey, this is the Marquis forces, allow them in to the city.
Who's going to get there first?
He's going to enter from the south gate.
Is he approaching with like the white flag up, or is he like a?
No, he's approaching with his banner.
But
Okay,
I'm sending the pigeon to let you know.
Who gets there first?
The pigeon.
Okay, then I will not have the trebuchet fire on the Marquis forces.
I'm gonna let Jane's character know that the Marquis was unaffected by Zone of Truth.
I figured as much, but right now we can use all the help we can get. If we can get a good push back, we can just destroy his forces while they're inside the wall.
Did you go into the city or did you go into the forest?
I went into the forest
Okay.
and sent the pigeon. But,
So with the Marquis troops here, I'm going to return to the forest.
Yeah, and give me a. Do you wish to be stealthy about going into the forest, or are you just returning to the forest?
well, I'm taking the
I'll
same. Oh, him.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would go in the same way that I sent Clef in. I would fly low. I would summon my griffin and fly low to the ground. We're gonna get like a long rest before this, right?
Yeah.
Before the
and,
fight.
I was talking actually about you, Zedarius.
Oh, I mean, I'm taking the same path I did last time, so that way I'm not seen going down this way.
All right, that's fine. All right.
So
I was going to say, I hope we get a long rest because I just blew all
Yeah, no, you
my.
absolutely do get a long rest. The
Sweet,
Tsar is
'cause I
not
don't-
going to attack until his army is arrested.
Okay.
So, I guess that cuts it for the night.
Marshal the defenses.
But I have
So-
every intention of murdering the Tsar, just so everybody is aware.
The Tsar or the Marquis?
Or the Marquis, sorry. The Marquis.
Are you letting us
Yeah.
know that in
Thing.
character?
No, yeah, in character. Once I'm back at camp and we're having our last little strategy meeting, I'm letting everyone know I fully, truly want to murder the Marquis and wipe the deal I just made to him off the face of this planet.
Good, because otherwise I'd probably have you executed for treason.
I had the authority to make the deal I made.
You did,
I'm
but just because you... Okay, look, let me put it this way. Just because you sold half the kingdom because you had authority for it doesn't mean it's not treason.
I would like to note something now that we're here. You may have just put us into a really bad spot. Because if we go back on our word, we are going to be viewed by everyone as untrustworthy, and we will never be able to make a deal again.
Yeah, you may have actually screwed us over pretty bad there. I mean, we're going with it, but...
Also, if we kill his forces here, his armies in his territory are going to also be hitting us with Poland.
Not necessarily. He agreed to
I
fight
can
the
almost
forces.
guarantee you he sent a message back to his people telling him about the deal. He
Probably.
would be very dumb if he didn't.
I still want to kill him. I may not kill him here, but I'm going to kill him.
I would definitely wait. I would definitely wait until he's a free man. After the deal has gone into effect, we can declare war on him after Poland is fucking dealt
No,
with.
I mean, honestly, I would my character would order him stripped of his rank for, like, because here's the thing, there's no point in us defending Krakow anymore. It's no longer our territory.
It's not okay, but the point is, we're not here to defend Krakow. We're here to stop the Tsar's forces because we know the Tsar isn't going to stop.
Well, here's the thing: there's better defensive positions than Krakow. The only reason we are here and not holding a better pass, because in order to get needs to go through the only reason we are here and not there is because this is our territory. So you giving up this territory, if we're actually going to give it up for any period of time at all, we need to fall back. There's no point in us being here.
And the Lord Regent, who's been listening into all of this, holds his arms and says, "I agree." He says, "I'm not concerned about the loss of Ruthenia." He says, "It is the lesser threat, and not having to face the armies of Ruthenia and the armies of the Rus on open battle."
And just to clarify, if it was we're giving up Ruthenia, that I'd be okay. That's like a thing we can come back and deal with that later because they're already hostile to us. But Krakow is part of the Crown territory. Well, not Crown.
Okay,
territory.
but the
You know what I
only
mean.
way I could make the deal to get Ruthenia off our ass was Krakow.
I'm aware of that, and I'm saying that I'm not convinced that was a acceptable deal.
And the Lord Regent is going to say, "You are absolutely correct. The city of Krakow, the free city of Krakow, is a crown territory, and we can use this in the future to retake it." He says,
Yeah, we have basically what's that fucking thing from EU4 or I'm sorry, CK2?
Cassius Belli.
He
Look.
says, once the forces of the Tsar are dealt with, we can demand the city of Krakow back from a position of strength.
And
The
not
Marquis
only
will be
can we
forced to accept.
And not only can we
So-
demand it back, we can take all of Ruthenia and put someone that we
That's-
prefer in charge.
That's true. But
he-
to do that, the Marquis has to either be slain by a Rus blade or go home alive.
And
we
he
cannot
seems-
afford to kill him here.
I wasn't going to kill him here. I want to. I want him dead. However, I'm not that blind as to actually kill him.
Yeah, and
We didn't sign a peace treaty. He just agreed to neutrality, so we can go to war with him later. But yeah,
and that leaves one last thing to resolve, which is the Count of Volhynia.
Yes, I need to go speak to him.
I mean, quite frankly, I think at this I think that the proper option is now to fall back to a more defensive position if we are.
so I was looking at the big map. There's a mountain pass that they would have to go through.
Yeah,
between
there's
here
there's
and,
one of two
and-
passes they can take. They can take the pass through Silesia or the one in Slovakia. And
we
we
could
have
leave
a,
scouts behind and see which one they go to, and then
yeah,
fortify.
we have a tripwire force set up in Slovakia, so we can maneuver down there if needed. But I think we abandon this position.
Yeah, we should pull back.
And
As much as we don't want to abandon Krakow, we also should pull back our siege engines and get
Well,
those
but
back.
Krakow, the Marquis did agree to support us if we go to battle. So that would give
yes,
us.
but here's the thing though. We get a few extra troops that will not assist us in a counterattack, or we get a much better defensive position where we can actually potentially encircle the Tsar's army.
Yeah,
Can we get
let's pull back. Let them handle Krakow. Poland will either mow through them, or they will go around.
Can we get a couple of people evacuated from Krakow?
Yeah, you can get
if- yeah.
You can
Yeah,
pull
let's
your
do it.
siege engines.
And basically, anyone who's still loyal to the Empire, I'm assuming, is allowed to come with
Yeah.
us. But
Any
Anyways,
of the
I need to go.
crown citizens that want to come with us, we'll take.
None of the crown citizens are willing to come. They're
Okay.
perfectly happy to stay in Krakow.
Okay.
I would like my character definitely would like to see if he can get his family at least out of there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
making
can if you want. Your family is going to express a preference to stay in Krakow. They're not worried. They think the Tsar is going to bypass.
I understand, but I do not feel that Krakow will be standing. And by that I mean the way that it's going. I don't feel that they're going to really stand a good chance against it.
Yeah, yeah, you can pull them if you want. They will agree to you removing them from the city.
All right.
All right, so we'll pull back to one of the passes, fortify and prepare, have a tripwire force ready to alert us in case we need to move. See, I think if you want to go to the Count of Volhynia?
Volhynia, yeah, I need to talk to him.
Volhynia, and get his troops to reinforce, and maybe I don't know if they're going to get here in time to really make a difference.
Oh,
at the
we already
moment.
have the troops of Volhynia. They were one of the
We
first
do?
troops we got, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Then I think word can wait to get back to him at the moment. We are a little
Oh,
occupied.
no, the Count is with us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in the
Sorry.
camp. I just have to talk to him.
His men comprise a significant portion of your army.
Like
Okay.
almost
Yes.
half.
Let's tell them right now about what's going on, or should we wait so they don't just ditch us in the middle of the fight?
They won't. Trust me. There's some things that have happened that you weren't here for. So the
Okay, cool.
Count of Volhynia actually sent his steward's daughter to the Marquis's capital, and I got her a position in the court as a stewardess, or not a stewardess, but just someone that tends the court, and she's been spying on the court for both me and the Count.
Oh.
The Count doesn't
So
like
if-
the Marquis.
So if we that's another thing we could do. I don't know if it would be such a valid claim, but we could support the Volhynia's freedom.
Yeah, I'm planning on it. That's
If
why I've
they
been.
declare war, we go in with
That's
them.
why I've been pushing so hard for Volhynia to be released from the Marquis' hold.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Anyways,
But yeah, right now let's just fortify. We lost Krakow, but that's fine.
yeah, I am going to talk to the Count, though.
I am going to go ahead and bounce out.
All right, au revoir.
Yeah, I'm just doing this
Bye-bye.
one conversation. So, yeah, I'll approach the Count and just
I'm
basically
gonna
let
check
him
it out real quick, so I'll talk to you later.
later.
See ya.
And just let the Count know what the deal that has been made with the Marquis.
Yeah.
And see what he has any say about it.
The Count will give you his reply. Next week! Dun dun dun!
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, bueno. That sets up
Yes, bueno.
everything for next week to go to hell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the
But-
Lord Regent, though, is okay with the current events. He does not strip you of your ambassadorial power.
I didn't think he would. That was really the
Oh.
best decision, the best deal I could make in that situation.
Yes, and he's content with losing Ruthenia. He's basically, in his mind, he can always take it back later. It's a disloyal vassal anyways. There's better defensible terrain if we fall back, and if we fall back after giving up Krakow to Ruthenia, then we are in the right to just abandon Krakow, right? Hey, it's your shit to deal with now. We don't have to defend you.
Yeah.
So he's more than happy to withdraw. Like he's not happy to lose Ruthenia, but it's like, all right, well, this is an acceptable turn of events.
Yeah. That was the best deal I could get to guarantee that the Tsar doesn't have more forces.
Yeah. And worst case scenario would have absolutely been having to fight the army of Ruthenia and the army of the Tsar.
Yeah.